Hi there, this is Dave Scott, and I would like to invite you to listen Monday through Friday right here on Spaced Out Radio. 3 hours a night of the top stories with the top guests, ranging topics from UFOs to ETs, ghosts to Sasquatch, and everything in between. We are live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So come on in and take a listen at spacedoutradio.com. Spaced Out Radio will take you out of this world.
Let's go 6316, 8.8 for 6,000.
Yeah, 6316, North Gale Approach, going to maintain 3,000, number 1 for the right.
3,000, go 6316.
Redwood 811, going to maintain 4,000. Airport 11 o'clock,
We take you higher and higher and higher. You feel it over and over again. We take you higher and higher and higher. You feel it over and over again.
6 Roman Carefly, runway heading, runway 5. Let's take off.
Check.
And we're ready for takeoff. Sit back, relax. It's time to travel with Cosmic Passport. Spaced Out Weekend presents Elizabeth Anglin's Cosmic Passport. A 1-hour warm-up of news, stories, thoughts, and ideas to captivate your mind. You can follow us at spacedoutradio.com.
Now 20 years have passed us by, and we look back and count the time. Burning like the summer sun, when the world was young. Silently staring from the ground, and sniffing trumpets wait to sound.
And now, here's Our Lady of Flight, Cosmic Passport with Elizabeth Anglin.
From this place.
Good evening and welcome to Spaced Out Radio Weekend. You're on with your host before the host. This is Elizabeth Anglin of Cosmic Passport, coming on before James Tyson, and our special guest tonight, spirit medium and psychic investigator Ellen Rodrigues is here. She's a member of the Lilydale community, and she is going to be taking your calls. And we are just so excited to have her. But before we bring in our regular, the host, the big man, James Tyson, and he is large. You know, it's 2 mediums and a large, which is coming on tomorrow night. He's large. He's a big man. Before we bring him on, we have some announcements to make. One, it is October 10th, in case you guys didn't remember the date. No, it's not. It's October 8th. See, even I didn't remember the date. It's October 8th, Saturday evening. We are spacedoutradio.com. You can find us at spacedoutradio.com. If you're listening on one of our other venues, which could be Revolution Radio through freedomslips.com, it could be TuneIn, it could be something completely different, come on over to spacedoutradio.com and check us out. We have a membership subscription area where you can sign up to be a Spaced Out Radio space traveler. And it is $5 a month for all sorts of goodies, including the archives, free gifts, our own chat room, more stuff, independent, and also only space traveler specific interviews once a month. So come on over to spacedoutradio.com. Check us out. Become a space traveler if you like our show. You can also, if you go down to the bottom where it says SOR Space Traveler of the Month, sign up now. That's the place to go to sign up. If you are listening through Revolution Radio, they are a listener-supported radio station. They do some of the best conspiratorial stuff you're going to find anywhere, whether on terrestrial radio or online radio. Go on over and consider supporting them by giving them a donation. They are like the NPR of the paranormal, conspiratorial, cryptozoological. Think about giving them a donation. They are wonderful folks, and we love working with them. Tonight, well, I did myself in. I was gonna do, like, gargle some salt water before I got on air. Instead, I snorted it. So I'm so glad that our guest, Mary Ellen Rodrigues, is going to be on for the full 3 hours, because it means that I don't have to talk as much as I thought I was going to have to. Woohoo! Tonight she's going to be on taking your call. She is a psychic investigator. You may have seen her on Psychic Investigator, the show. She is a minister through Lilydale. She has worked through Cassadaga. She lives in Ohio. And she has interesting things to say about MH Flight 370. And to give you more on that, I'm going to bring in James a bit early, the big man. Here he is, see?
Hello.
James.
How is everybody tonight?
How are you?
I are fine. And it's going to be funny at the top of the hour when my introduction is played. But we can live through that. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mary Ellen is a fascinating human being. She is she's been on our show before, a couple of years ago, I think. And we had her on, and it was actually fantastic. The things that I learned about some of the events she'd taken part in, some of the criminal investigations that were out there. And like you said, she is gifted clairvoyant medium. And she's been doing this since a very young age. And, just continue to read a little bit more about her. She knew she had a special gift, but it wasn't until later in life that she fully realized how she could help others with their abilities. She started her spiritual studies in 1990, has been ordained as a minister in the Fellowship of the Spirit Church, and an active member of the psychic medium community. She counsels individuals in need and provides spiritual-based readings for a fee. She is often seen at mind, body, spirit shows in the Midwest, Northeast, and at ESP shows in Ontario up here in Canada. As a clairvoyant, she can see and communicate with those on the higher side of life. For those who have lost loved ones and are trying to communicate with them, Mary Ellen will use her gifts to attempt to contact a particular loved one, or she will talk with whoever is around you. Bring a photo or an article of a loved one, as it may strengthen the link if necessary. And you can go to her website, MaryEllenRodrigues.com, and I'll spell Rodrigues, RODRIGUES. Or just Google Mary Ellen Rodrigues Psychic, and I'll bounce you right over to her website. One of the things we have talked about, and Mary Ellen is, like, I first saw her on Psychic Investigators in regards to a missing person that ended up being a homicide victim, and she's been on some other ones. She was telling me there was another case reopened not too long ago that she was involved in. And in our last conversation, we were talking about very, very interesting on the missing Malaysian flight, and I've had communication since then with Mary Ellen, and absolutely fantastic information. She's also what is known as a transport medium. We'll get into a little bit about that, but tonight, now, how this works with a person who's on the other side of the continent, where it is 1 o'clock, as you were, midnight till 3 o'clock in the morning for Mary Ellen to do a 3-hour show. We had planned to tape this. Now, the day of the taping, or couple of days before the taping, for some unknown reason, Mary Ellen's phone system shut down. And I'll let Mary Ellen come sliding in here, and we'll talk to her a little bit more about how spirit works. Mary Ellen, how are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you doing, James?
I am doing absolutely fantastic now that you're here. Tell the listener, Mary Ellen, what the heck you think happened when it came up to doing the pre-record?
I don't know. It said my line was dropped. I had read something in the newspaper. I live right on the border of Pennsylvania. I'm about a mile from Sharon, Pennsylvania. And I read in the newspaper that there were some businesses, including doctor's offices, over on that side of the state, on this side of the state, rather, that their phone system went down and nobody understood it. Nobody figured out what was going on.
Oh,
and
wow.
I guess it wreaked little havoc. But I just understood that was with businesses. And then I noticed when I came home that my line that morning it said not in use. Line not in use. And then it came back on again in the afternoon. That was on Tuesday. And I think our session was for Wednesday.
Yeah.
If I understood right.
Yep.
Well, I made sure I checked my phone that morning. I went out to do some errands, and I looked at the phone to make sure, and the base was working. I mean, I picked up the phone to make sure it was working. When I got back home at 1 o'clock, I looked at the phone again, and it said line dropped. And when I picked up the phone was dead.
Oh.
So that's when I emailed you and said, oh, my gosh,
Yeah.
I had to leave to go down to the bank to make a phone call.
Now,
Because if I have one of those track phones.
okay, the crack phones?
And the phone company keep you on the phone for 15, 20 minutes before somebody helps you out. So I just go down to the bank and they let me use their phone down there.
Perfect, because the crack phones are also used by drug dealers, but that's a whole other issue. The the disposable, yeah.
But it was still, I'll tell you what, it was a day and a half before my phone was connected. I know we had said, well, let's shoot for this day, and my phone still was going to be either Wednesday or Thursday or something. And I said, why not Thursday? Because I just didn't trust that they were going to get that figured out, because I figured it was something to do with the business. It was more than the business. And my line wasn't reconnected until I think it was 5 o'clock or 5:30 the next day.
Mary Ellen, when you and I talked,
Yep.
you turned this into a call-in show. Why was that?
You know what? I kept getting messages. I even got medical read, and I just had that feeling that we were to do a live show, not to do a recorded show. Spirit kept saying that to me, to do a live show. Why aren't you doing a live show? And I'm like, because it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning. That's why. And they started keeping me awake two nights in a row.
Yeah.
I didn't go to bed till 4:30 this morning. Just to let you know, they did that two days in a row to me.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm awake and I'm alert.
Wide awake and ready to go. Now, I'm pretty sure that's why your phone died. They were kind of saying...
What? I keep thinking that. And I was getting messages, too, of like 3 call-ins. There's like 3 call-ins. And I told you this. One of them I felt was a medical read. I'm a medical intuitive.
Okay.
And I see things and I feel things, and I felt that there was a medical read. I don't know who it is. I have no idea.
Oh, that's fantastic. That
But I've
that is.
already heard the conversation.
Oh, that's interesting. Because
I heard the
that's.
conversation already.
Oh, so you don't even have to have the person phone in, but we'll do that anyway. Elizabeth, do you have any questions or want to say hi to Mary Ellen?
Well, hi, Mary Ellen. How are you?
I'm great. I hear you're an animal communicator. I'm excited.
Oh, well, good. Yeah, I am an animal communicator. I'm also trained as a medium through the Air Institute out of Boston. So that's something I do. But I love... Yeah, and did you ever live in Lilydale? Did you live there, or did you just go there to study and work?
I stayed there during the summer. I had a girlfriend that was so generous and kind to let me manage her house for the summer.
Nice.
Oh,
So I
wonderful.
did that for about 7 years.
Well,
Okay, so did you ever go to the post office?
Yes.
Okay,
Lots of
so
times.
Renee,
I
the
know
postmaster.
Renee. I do know Renee.
Yeah.
We both know Renee because Renee was sent to my town, my small town, Ridgway, Colorado, where I was for 7 years. And she left Lilydale and went to Ridgway, Colorado, which is beautiful. So she must have really good karma, or the spirits really like her because it's very heavenly there. Renee became our postmaster, and she would tell me about people in Lilydale. And because I was like the only spirit medium that she knew, I'd come down the hill from the mountain and I'd come to the post office and I'd talk to Renee, and she was like, "Oh, you're here!" So she was great. Yeah, she was great to see her.
To have another medium.
Yeah, she missed all of you when she got sent because it was a smaller town and not as interesting. But so we know somebody in common. Renee.
Oh, there you go. Now, really quickly,
postmaster.
Mary Ellen, what is Lilydale to the psychic community?
Say that again. What is Lilydale?
What is the significance of Lilydale to the psychic community?
They're one of the largest spiritualist communities in the United States. Sometimes I've heard the words in the world. I'm not going to make that claim. I do know that they are one of the largest that I have ever seen in the United States. And they have, at this time, 55 registered mediums that are there during the summer. I don't know. There's very few. There's some that, there's a handful that live through the winter time there. The winters are brutal, just like, up in Canada. The snow can become just as deep. And Lilydale being a small community as it is, sometimes they have no place to put the snow. I've seen the snow 4 and 5 feet deep.
What we do up here, we take the snow and we put it in incinerators. I'm kidding. We don't do that because we don't get enough snow on this side of the continent.
Vancouver doesn't get that, huh?
No, we get
we got it in Colorado where Renee went. We had similar, so yeah.
Renee brought it.
I think they sent her.
Yeah.
Hey, I know Elliott Lake up north in Canada. Elliott Lake, when they get a snowstorm, it's 3 to 4 feet. Whack. I have a girlfriend that lives up there, and
on the east side of Canada. Yeah, I'm going to fire off her phone number for giving us a call, and Mary Ellen Rodrigues is hoping those people she's got information of will phone in, and I'm sure you will because that's how this works. The psychic connection. Our phone number is 1-575-694-6634. Again, 575-694-6634. And if you're on Skype and want to save a nickel, give me a shout at James_Tyson32. James_Tyson32. And we'll be giving up that number a little more as we get into it. Hey, Mary Ellen, I watched you on TV.
Yeah, you did.
And it was in regards to a young gentleman named Daryl Kart in Sharpsville, Pennsylvania. Can you tell me how that all worked out? Like, what happened that got you involved in that?
I owned a news agency, a little mom and pop operation that I had bought. I had been a displaced worker, if you would, when the economy went belly up in 1985. And I bought this little mom and pop operation. It was a lottery. I was a Pennsylvania lottery agent. I did telephone bills. I had newspaper distributions. I distributed 8 newspapers, and there was potato chips and pop and ice cream and some keep busy. And this one day, I had regular clients that would come in and play their numbers, and this one day, Mary walked in. I can't remember her last name. She walked in with a handbill and said to me, Mary, she said, I'd like to I'd like to put this up in your window. She said, my son-in-law went missing. And I said, oh, Mary, I said, yeah, let me give you some tape. And she said, no, I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it. And I said, oh, okay. And she was holding it up, and she kept trying to hand it to me. And I said, go ahead and put it in the window, Mary. And she said, here, I want you to take it. And at that point, when I touched the handbill, my psych went split screen.
Oh.
On one side was Mary, and on the other side was Daryl standing there, angry, saying, just show me the way out, show me the way out. I could see him, and I saw him with a rope around his neck and like there was a bandana on his forehead. And he kept saying, just show me where the door is. I need you to show me where's the door? I need to get back. I need to get back. And Mary kept on talking. She kept saying he went missing. He didn't come home last night. And I said, Mary, I said, he's standing right here. I said, he's passed. And she looked at me. She just stopped and looked at me. And she said, I feel that too. She said, I'm intuitive. I said, Mary, I can see him. And Daryl kept, like with his elbow, trying to break through the etheric field to come back. And at one point, his elbow actually broke through the etheric field, and then it bounced back. And he kept saying, tell her ghost, tell her ghost. And I said, Mary, I said, he's saying ghost. And she said, I'm going to go get Jenny. I'm going to go get my daughter. Well, I never met her daughter. I never met her son-in-law. And I stood there with this handbill and him standing there. I thought he would walk out with her, and I had never had this experience like this before. I had been having a number of metaphysical issues going on with other people where they would tell me they had a tumor in their body, and I would touch it and I would feel it bursting. I had a lot of things going on. There was a lot of spiritual experiences that I had already been having for about 2 or 3 years, maybe longer than that.
Oh, sorry guys. Coming back to you. I ended up putting you on hold. Stand by. Everybody just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, where is everybody? Hello.
The minute I drove in, they knew I was there. The good spirits knew I was there. I felt like I was home. So I learned some things and met quite a few people that were on their spiritual path as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
The hello person, stand by.
Okay.
Hold on. Mary Ellen's telling us a story.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Mary Ellen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I had some good information and people that I could talk to with some of the experiences that I was having. And so in March of 97, I believe it was, that's when this experience with Daryl happened. And I wasn't that surprised, so to speak. I probably should have been, but it just seemed so real. And I was raised Catholic, and I had a lot of clairvoyant experiences, so this was just something else, but never a murder victim. I had never had this kind of experience. And then maybe about 10 minutes, 15 minutes passed, and Mary came back, and she had a tall redhead with her, and it was Jeanette, which was Daryl's wife. And Mary said, "Tell her what you told me." And at that point, I got down off the chair and went around into the room, and I just put my arms around Jeanette, and I kept saying, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And Daryl was very angry, and Daryl kept saying, "Tell her ghost, tell her ghost." And I'm like, oh, my God, I just... Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's not the best way for a... Yeah. I was going to say, that's not the best way to do the notification of next of kin. That's...
No, it's not. I wanted her to see him like I could see him. I thought if she saw him the way I did, then she would understand. But I knew that she didn't see him. I mean, he was like dancing around the room, like saying, "Tell her ghost, tell her ghost." And finally, I said to her, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And she said, "What are you sorry about?" And I said, "Your husband." And she said, "What about him?" And I said, "I believe he's passed." And she said, "Well, how do you know that?" And I said, "He keeps saying the word ghost. Does that mean anything to you?" And her hand flew to her mouth, and she said, "Oh, my God." And I said, "Let's sit down." And I said, "What does that mean?" That she said, "We both love the movie Ghost, and we both said that if something happened to either one of us, that we would come back that way and communicate."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, isn't that unusual?
Yeah.
You know, today I think about how unusual that a couple would do that, would say that. That's almost prophetic, you know.
But I'll tell you, that's one way to confirm what you're saying.
It was. At that point, she realized. And then I kept saying to her, "You need to go over to the hill. You need to go across from where my business was." There was the Shenango River, and on the other side of the hill, the West Hill it's called, is Ohio. You could see Ohio. You'd see the top of the hill is Ohio. That's where the state line was. And I kept saying to her, "You need to go over there. That's where he is. You need to go over there." I felt that that's where he was. And she said, "Well, how do you know that?" I said, "I just know that." I said, "That's what he's telling me." And then I kept hearing him say fickle. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can't ask her if she's fickle. But he kept saying it so many times that I finally said to Jeanette, "Jeanette, honey," I said, "are you fickle?" And she said, "No." I said, "He keeps saying fickle. Does it mean anything to you?" And she said, "No," she said.
And the word was,
what was
fickle.
right?
Like with an F? Yeah. Okay. Mary Ellen, I've got two of your callers ready to come in, and I'm going to go over to the first gentleman who called, and it's I think he's phoning from the UK. Jay, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Come on in.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hi.
How are you?
And what's his name?
My name's JP. Well, I'm known as JP. But
John? You John?
No, Jeremy, actually.
Jeremy.
Yeah. Hello. How are you?
What did you have for breakfast, Jeremy?
What did I have for breakfast?
Yes.
For once, I actually had breakfast. I had some cornflakes with milk.
You had cornflakes with milk.
Yeah.
I always ask questions so I can get a vibration on your...
I understand. I ask questions too.
You what?
He asks questions too.
Yeah. Am I not... do you want me to go louder?
No, you're loud. It's just that you're on the other side of the ocean, and Mary Ellen's actually on her phone, like her just regular phone line.
I'm on a landline.
Yeah. Now, Mary Ellen, in your
Jeremy,
go ahead.
I have a question.
Yep, go ahead, Mary. Ask again, Mary Ellen. I was cutting you off.
There's a slight delay when you ask a question, so that's why everybody's clashing into each other. Well, I was kind of formulating a question. I really need a very high dimensional answer to the question that I've asked Spirit, and I was wondering if there was anybody who's made themselves available to you to pass any messages to you right now as we speak. Does that make sense, Mary?
Yeah, it does. Do you have a mother in spirit? Because I hear the word mother or mother-in-law.
Not mother-in-law, thankfully.
Okay. Have a mother in spirit?
I have a mother in spirit, yes.
Your mother in spirit. I have a mother in spirit that comes in. But I heard the word law or in-law or something about law. Is there been a legal problem going on?
Nope.
Was there a legal problem?
Nope.
Okay.
I try not to get involved with law because I know it's just a fraud.
Okay.
It's all right.
But I'm not digging. I'm hearing that. So if there is something that's supposed to be coming up, if it's not already happened, your mother is going to help you with the law. Because I hear legal problem, I heard law, and she's going to help you with that. Also, you're the one with the medical issue.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
What's its nature?
Right, and the message that I have for you, and this is the message I got. I don't diagnose, but I was told to tell you to see a doctor. You're the one that gets the medical read. You need to.
Right.
When was the last time you saw a doctor?
Oh, for the same reasons that I don't like lawyers and bankers.
You need to see a doctor. Make an appointment and get a birthday. It's your birthday gift. It's a birthday gift to you to have a checkup.
Okay, what location?
I feel like
you say
that's your mother as well. Birthday gift.
Birthday gift. Thanks, Mum. She died 2 days before my birthday. That's why she's funny.
Oh my God.
Anyhow, is there a
Promise me you'll do that, she says.
But Mum, I don't like doctors. You remember what they did to me.
He doesn't care. They're not going to touch and feely you is the way she's saying it. Oh my God, she's funny.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? I mean, medical...
You didn't promise her, she said.
Sorry?
She said you didn't promise her.
I didn't promise her. No, I don't like to promise. I don't like to make promises. Even to my old dead mother.
Take that appointment. But she's going to push you on this one, Jeremy. I'm just going to tell you that.
Okay, that's fine.
Spirit can be very pushy. Even though you're in charge, Spirit can be very pushy.
I know. But Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see how. Make it plain. Pave the way. I'll be there. That's fine. And is that the is that the extent of it? I was expecting something like more cosmic. Anyway, go see the doctor. Father told me.
Something about a relationship. Have you been looking for a relationship?
Am I looking for one? No, but there's a lot looking for me.
There's a what?
There were a lot looking for me, I have to say. It's
I've been here about relationships with you.
Yes.
Struggle with that. Right. You're right. You don't trust people, do you? You don't trust anybody. You don't trust your own decision making.
Not my own deceased mother, no.
Right. No, you don't.
I have to make my own choices according to my heart.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can, everything I can trust.
Jeremy, just one more thing. I wanted you to know that what I wrote on the what I did write for the heading for this show is that she wanted to take calls tonight because Spirit has requested that, and one of these is to do with, and Mary Ellen and I talked about this. It was a medical issue. And that's why she was adamant to come on and deal with it. So it is kind of weird.
Doctor. All right, Mum. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Well,
but carry on. Like if you have another question there.
You know, I normally don't do that. I mean, it's till 3:00 in the morning, but I'm okay with this. You know.
Yeah.
But I feel that with his mother coming through, to make sure that he gets a checkup.
All right. Has she got any other things to say to me?
No, sir. That's all I got for you. And also about relationships. About trusting yourself.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Mary. Hello.
Hold on. We got a lot of people saying hello.
Everybody's saying hello.
Yeah, if you come in, if I answer your call, you'll end up...
You just answered my call.
Yeah, I know. So you be quiet until I call you, please?
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
It's okay. And turn down your radio.
Thank you so much, Mary Ellen.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you for staying up.
I do phone readings at the UK.
Oh, you do?
That's
kind of cool.
We have, I think, 5-hour time difference, Jeremy. But I do phone readings, and I take my phone readings, and I do automatic writing.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
So if you'd like to do that, and I have PayPal, so it's easy, it's... But I send everything out to you. I send the tape cassette and the automatic writing. I send that out to you. I have a lot of clients in the UK.
Excellent. Look, we'll post your web details in the chat in Spaced Out Radio. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks very much, James. God bless you.
Take call. Take care. Now I've got to go to someone. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, 6 including, and someone who keeps saying hello. Shush. We have 5 people in the queue. The first one who's coming on is a 778 area code. Who's that?
This is Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. And I want to just, Amanda, before you go, everybody else, and for those of you who are listening, if the call is answered and you hear people talking, don't say hello, and make sure your radio is turned down in the background. Because if there's people talking, it's because Mary Ellen is talking to them, and it's just unfortunately, it's just the way it's set up. Either that, or if I would just have to let your phone ring, and then it's a pain. So I wanted you to all get in here. I've got you all written down. I know who's next, and that's all my rant was about. So Amanda, you're off.
Also, if everybody's talking, then it confuses me.
And me.
I don't.
And the spirits.
Yeah.
And the spirits. Exactly, Elizabeth. Thank
Oh,
you.
Amanda.
that's Amanda. Okay, Amanda, you're up.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Amanda? What did you
I'm
have
doing.
She's going to ask
What
you
did
what
I
you
have
had for breakfast.
breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me what you had for breakfast.
Oh my gosh, same thing as every day. Coffee, and then a little bit later, I had a cheese croissant.
And a cigarette.
No.
Okay.
Oh, maybe you did. Never
Yeah.
mind.
And a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
Because you smoke. That's what
Yeah.
I picked right away from you, was that you're smoking. You need to put the cigarettes down. And not so much sugar in the coffee.
You sound like my husband.
You've got too much sugar in the coffee.
Okay.
You've got sugar in the cigarettes, too much sugar in the coffee.
Okay.
You're on an emotional roller coaster, Amanda. And that's
Mary
what
Ellen, you're
Spirit-
already pegging me.
Well, that's what Spirit is telling me. You're on an emotional roller coaster. You're on,
Yep.
you're off, you're on, you're off, you're flying. The coffee is what's sustaining you. The coffee takes you up, the cigarettes bring you down. Coffee takes you up, the cigarettes bring you down. You go day by day, day by day. Every day is the same.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
about
you're.
every the same for you. It's time to get off the roller coaster. It's time to get off the ride.
I think that's actually good advice.
It is good advice. Are you about 44, 45?
I'm 45.
45. That's what I was picking up. You're in perimenopause.
You being so bang on right from the get-go. Holy smokes.
You need to find a counselor.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because
Mary Ellen, is that something we want to talk about on air, or is that something you want to tell her
You know what?
privately?
I'm okay with hearing
Okay.
it. I'm okay with it being out there. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
it's okay hearing it because she can feel it coming. She's already feeling it coming. She's highly intuitive. You're already highly intuitive, and you keep hiding it. You already know. You can feel it coming. You know it's coming. And if you don't do something now, Amanda, your body and the good spirits will, they say God will do for us what we won't do for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you can link back up again because you've disconnected. And now it's time to reconnect. You're coming into your own, so to speak. You're coming into a spiritual path. Start reading some books on metaphysics so that you understand. Read some spiritual books, but read more books about your body.
About my body. Okay.
Your own spirit. Start doing that for yourself. I can't be there to guide you. I can't be there to hold your hand.
I've known that I have psych abilities for a long time.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
And people don't listen to me. I'm sure you know that feeling, unfortunately, too. Sometimes.
Well, it's more about you listening for your own self rather than giving advice to others. Take your own advice.
Yeah.
There's a saying, look, I'll fix you if you fix me, but that's not true. You have
to fix
find
yourself.
your own fix. Right.
Yeah. Do I have any particular spirit that follows me around or is trying to tell me something that's on my side?
You do. You have this new, I hear the word new master guide that's coming in. You also have what I would call a First Nation. And she's not a grandmother. She's a warrior woman. She's a warrior. She's a woman that was a warrior. She's Native American. And she has power and strength. And she's here to help you.
And I'm getting chills as you say this. Big chills. Does she have a name by chance?
No. She's here for you to own your own power and to know your own strength. You give up. You give away your strength. You give away your power. You're afraid to own your own power. You have a fear of it. You do it because you want to be loved. So let's put the love on the sidelines and find some kind of recovery program for yourself. Thank you.
Wow.
God, I give you, you can find my phone number. I could do a phone reading with you.
I think that would be a good idea.
If somebody didn't tell you today they love you, I just want you to know that I love you.
Oh, I love you too. That's a really sweet thing to say. And I appreciate that a lot more than you know.
Please leave your message for
Johnny Connor.
Excuse me. Amanda, are you in an empath career, teacher, nurse, doctor, that kind of thing? Amanda?
I think he hung up.
Aw. Drat. Okay.
I think she hung up.
Okay, either she hung up or I accidentally hung up on her, which is a pain, and I apologize. I'm going to bounce over to a...
Oh, dear.
No,
she's not.
Okay.
She's not in the medical field. No.
Oh, she's not?
And she's not the teacher.
Oh, right. If I've got a call coming in and for some reason it wants me to put everybody else on hold. So if I hang up on you when you call, I will call back. So I will be the very next person calling you. So actually, you know what? Some of these ones I can't even call back because we've got so many people on the line right now. It is about 13 minutes before we go. Pardon me?
Was that 778 area code? Was that a Canadian or was that...
That's Canadian. That's close to me.
Oh, okay.
That's like my phone. I'm going to go over to, where are we here? I'm going to go to the 402 area code. 402 area code. Who's this?
Are you talking to me?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, probably.
Oh, yeah.
You're a 402 area code?
Yes, I just didn't hear any buttons pushed.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
hi,
because
this
you're
is Sharon.
live right now.
Okay, this is Sharon. Hi, I'm so excited.
Hi, Sharon. How are you this night?
I've just been waiting. As soon as James put the memo out, I was like, oh, thank God, I'm so excited. I need to talk to her.
Thank you. What did you have for breakfast, Sharon?
Coffee and cigarettes.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You too, right? What did you have for lunch?
Coffee and cigarettes.
And what did you have for dinner?
I had first time for everything, chicken breast, some mashed potatoes, and vegetables that my puppy and I shared.
So by the end of the day, you decided to get healthy.
Right. Well, you know, you can only afford so much. Figure, let's try to get one healthy meal in.
I have a question, Sharon.
Yes.
Who is William or Bill?
There is my girlfriend's husband. His name is, well, she's kind of an ex-girlfriend. His name is Bill.
Your recording has reached the maximum length. To replay your message, press
guys.
1. To delete and re-record your message, press 3. For delivery options, press 4. To send a fax, press 6. To cancel this message, press star. To send this message now, press pound or hang up.
Are we all right?
We're okay.
To replay your message, press 1. To delete and
for
re-record your
crying out
message,
sakes.
press 3. For delivery options, press 4. To send a fax, press 6.
I don't have
To
any of
cancel
those
this
options.
message, press star. To send this message now, press pound or hang up.
Pound.
There's nowhere to press pound on a Skype
I'm just
call.
kidding.
To replay your
I'm kidding.
message, press 1. To
crying
delete
out
and
sakes.
re-record your message, press 3.
Thanks,
For
James.
delivery
I really
options,
appreciate
press
it.
4.
Yeah.
To send a fax, press 6. To cancel this message, press star. To send this message now, press pound
You want me
or
to
hang up.
James, and call back?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Your
doing
message
that?
has been
Call
sent.
back.
Thank you
Sharon?
for calling. Goodbye.
Wait.
No. Everybody else is okay. Everyone
What
else
happened?
is okay.
That is funny.
Yes. Okay. I'm adding Cher back to the call. Sorry, everybody. And while I've got you here, the number is 575-694-6634. Again, 575-694-6634. Or just what the heck, you can call me at James _Tyson 32. Okay, Sharon, if you're listening, don't phone me. I'm phoning you. Talk amongst yourselves, everyone. Actually, we're coming up to the top of the hour break. We got about 5 minutes. Sure. Sure.
I called back twice, and I just got busy. So
Yeah, I keep hanging up on you. Don't call back.
okay.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shark. Quick. 4 minutes,
What do
30
you mean
seconds.
quit?
Or you can be quiet.
No, I
What do
was,
we
Mary Ellen was asking me a question before all the phone interruptions.
Okay.
Well, Spirit did that
Okay.
because
Are the
somebody is
people trying to-
reading. You were telling me that Bill was
Oh, right.
a friend of a ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, it's her
And the
husband.
word you
Right.
used was ex-girlfriend. And
Right.
when all that phone, I felt like he was wreaking havoc with that friendship. Was he intimidated by that friendship?
Was he? Yes.
He was wreaking havoc. He wasn't telling the truth about you, and she believed him.
Right.
I want you to say a prayer for her for the next 7 days. For the next 7
Okay.
days, Sharon,
Okay.
I would like for you to say a prayer for her.
I will.
If you can say the Our Father, say the Our Father. It's a mantra. It's not a religious
Sure.
prayer. It's a mantra. The Our Father is a mantra. So for the next 7 days, and there's always forgiveness. There's always forgiveness. She is a good friend. She is a good friend, and you miss her. I know you miss her.
Oh, yeah. She left me. I didn't leave her.
That was because of her husband.
Right. Exactly. It was because of his position and his, high stature and the lies that were told and stuff. Yeah.
No,
I know.
false pride. False pride and displaced ego.
Right.
That's what I'm getting. He's got a displaced ego and false pride. And I'm very sorry that he did that. Truly, I'm very, very sorry that he did that.
Yeah, I
Shame
appreciate
on
that because he destroyed
Please
my
leave your message.
reputation.
No,
Here we
keep
go
going.
again.
Hello.
No, we're good.
He destroyed my reputation with the medical community. So it's really
Well,
caused
there's your
a
medical
real...
community, James.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's the one
absolutely.
who works with the medical community. There it is, right there.
Oh, yeah. It's destroyed me, and that's what brought in the legal issues and everything. I mean, just...
Well, there's a legal issue, but there it is. But that's because he looked at you as a whistleblower.
Yep.
So he needed he needed to destroy your integrity. He can't take your number one, he can't take your integrity away, and he cannot destroy your spirit. He doesn't have that kind of power, and I need to tell you that. Stand in your own, and I keep hearing stand in your own. You have an uncle on your father's side that's stepping in, and I felt like he was somebody. That's what he keeps telling me, that he was somebody, that he honored himself. He always honored himself. This was somebody on your father's side of the family. He always had an honor for himself, and that's what he's telling me to tell you. Honor yourself. Don't worry about honoring him. You can't honor him. He doesn't honor himself. Truth be told, he was always a liar.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird deal because the doctor, the surgeon, is the one who screwed up so bad. And
right.
Yeah, I'm here.
And he,
Okay.
but my friend's husband was like the top dog in the hospital. And so the hospital and everybody kind of to cover themselves, or, you know, they were afraid of a lawsuit, which I never, ever threatened to do, and I wasn't planning on doing. But they came after me and really have tried to destroy me in every aspect in the town. And you're exactly right. Yeah, it's caused a lot of pain.
Sorry that happened to you. Shame on them, but you need to get out of there and go find something that you can honor your own self and honor your integrity, where that's honored in you. I'm just going to tell you, they will continue to make it difficult unless you file a lawsuit against them.
You know, I don't even know if it's too late for that. But
I've got to jump in because we've got to go to a commercial. Okay. And we'll be right back with more from Mary Ellen right after this.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott, and I would like to invite you to listen Monday through Friday right here on Spaced Out Radio. 3 hours a night of the top stories with the top guests, ranging topics from UFOs to ETs, ghosts to Sasquatch, and everything in between. We are live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So come on in and take a listen at spacedoutradio.com. Spaced Out Radio will take you out of this world.
Hi there, this is your psychic medium, Joanna, and I would love it if you would join us every other Sunday on Spaced Out Weekend. With host James Tyson, we'll bring you personal psychic messages on two mediums and a large. Questions about love, life, career changes. We would love it if you would come and join us live. Call in and listen in for the experience. Allow us to open the doors to your other side. Two mediums and a large, heard only on Spaced Out Weekend at spacedoutradio.com.
Looking for news beyond the mainstream news? Head to spacedoutradio.com and check out the SOR Spacewire. This is Spaced Out Radio's Eric Markham, News Director for the SOR Spacewire. Daily, I will bring you intriguing stories and outlandish reports from what's going on around the world. UFO sightings, paranormal activity, conspiracies, alternative health, and so much more. And if you have news, email me at news@spacedoutradio.com.
Attention Spaced Out Radio listeners, for only $5 a month you can join Spaced Out Radio Space Travelers. Your membership at spacedoutradio.com will give you access to private fan area on the website, get you a monthly newsletter, draws for monthly swag, and a whole lot more. Sign up today to become a part of the Spaced Out Radio experience.
For over 40 years, the Purple Energy Plates have been delivering amazing results for their many customers. Inspired by the great genius Nikola Tesla, the harmony, healing, and energetic effects of the plates have proven over and over to be beneficial and often miraculous to thousands of customers. With their money-back guarantee and the many benefits, how can you afford not to get one? Check their site for daily specials and choose from their many energy products. You won't be sorry. Visit them today at purpleplates.com for mind, body, and spirit, and expect a miracle.
Patrolling the Pacific Northwest, we are always on the lookout for the strange and unassuming stories that real people are experiencing. Hi, I'm Vincent Zunza from Pacific North Weird. Me and Alexandra Sullivan have teamed to bring to you those odd stories that never seem to make it into the mainstream. Stories so weird that will leave you scratching your head wondering, is this real? It's as real as it gets with Pacific North Weird. You can watch our videos right here at spacedoutradio.com.
It's time to go live on Spaced Out Weekend.
13, please. Oh, hi, Kevin. Oh, is that the time? Kevin, my friend, don't you find that watch just a little bit loud? Well, I certainly hope our buddy Bumblefoot is playing when we get there. Oh, you stinky big bundle of hair. I said Bumblefoot, not Bigfoot. Oh, it's going to be a long night.
It's time to head to the 13th floor of the old log cabin for Spaced Out Weekend with James Tyson. You can tweet James at James Tyson SOR. You can find him on Instagram, Spaced Out Weekend, as well as on Facebook. On YouTube, our channel is Spaced Out Radio Show, and you can check out our website, spacedoutradio.com.
Little brother has taken control, shoveling dirt in every hole. Predators to condemn your soul, watching you and watching me. We're all connected but separated, misunderstood and so frustrated. A million armies of one have invaded, watching you and watching me. We live behind glass curtains and act like nothing's wrong. Soon you will belong. I know you're out there somewhere. We've watched you for so long. We wait for you to fall. We will expose you all. I know you're out there somewhere watching me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
And now, perched high in his captain's chair, way above the clouds, here's James Tyson.
Welcome back, everybody. I have been chugging away for the last hour. Elizabeth was in. She's out. She might be bouncing around, or she's gone to bed because she's had a really busy week with Balloon Fest out there. Oh, hello. And for those of you just tuning in, we have Mary Ellen Rodrigues. Now, Mary Ellen is doing not psychic readings. If this is more, what did you call it, Mary Ellen?
Mediumship, clairvoyant.
No, it wasn't a reading. It was a psychic greeting.
Oh, messages.
Little messages,
greetings,
yeah.
Not
greetings.
Not a reading. I'm not doing readings. I'm doing a greeting. That's a greeting.
Yeah, so
Greetings from spirit.
It's a greeting from spirit. It's like a little hit and run. So we won't be doing readings. If you want a reading from Mary Ellen, you go to her website at maryellenrodrigues.com. Now, that's Rodrigues. I was going to say the English version of Rodrigues. It's Rodrigues. maryellenrodrigues.com, and she will do them over the phone. She will do them in any which way you want. She's that darn good. And we've been waiting patiently. Actually, I haven't been waiting patiently at all. Claudia has been waiting. Oh, it's Portuguese. Oh, young Mary Ellen is a Portuguese person.
Yeah,
But with that accent, you really don't sound like you're Portuguese. Okay, Claudia, you're up. Knock it out of the park.
Hello, Claudia.
Hi, Mary Ellen. Greetings from Spirit. Is there any messages from Spirit tonight for me?
Tell me what you had for breakfast. I like to tune into the vibration.
I had a donut. A donut.
You had a donut.
Mm-hmm.
And coffee.
And coffee. And coffee.
And coffee. Not
And
tea.
coffee.
Right?
And coffee.
Yeah. And more coffee.
And more.
You actually had that before you went to work today. Is that true?
Yes.
You stopped on your way to work. Are you I feel like I want to say this. I keep hearing the word like a fashion consultant. Do you really take pride in the way you dress?
Yes, I do.
And people consult in you, and like a fashion consultant, like where did you get that? Where did you get that?
Yes, I like Guatemalan clothes.
You like going to unconventional stores and finding and finding things.
Yes.
You're very neat. You're very neat. Your apartment. You have an apartment?
Yeah, yes, a condo. Uh-huh.
A condo, right. It's an apartment. It's
yes.
Yes, it's very neat. It's very neat. You like flowers. Spirit is telling me that you like flowers.
Yes.
But the condo, you seem to have a problem like with the condo. I see a few flowers on the outside, but you really would like to do more. And Spirit is saying, make sure you buy yourself at least a bouquet of flowers a week.
Oh, okay.
And put that bouquet, you don't need somebody to buy them for you. Buy that bouquet of flowers and put that in your condo and keep those flowers fresh. And that also raises the vibration. There's also something here about atomizing. There's something financial. There's financial endeavors that you have. You're always looking for new financial, I don't know if it's services or something financial to boost your income. You're looking for a boost in your income?
Sure. Yes, always.
You're always looking for that.
Yeah.
That's what Spirit is telling me. And I'm being told that if you watch your P's and Q's, so to speak, watch your, it used to be if you watch your pennies, you don't have to count your dollars.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's keep an eye on your dollars.
Yes. Yes.
Keep an eye on your dollars, and that's what Spirit is saying, because you really do like your fashion, but you tend sometimes to be frugal in places that you should not be.
Okay. Okay.
Like you penny pinch.
Oh, no. Most of the time I don't. That's why I kind of...
They're saying, but there are times when you're frugal when you shouldn't be frugal.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Mary Ellen. I appreciate it.
Okay. One more thing, Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing. Do you know somebody by the name of David?
Yes.
And who is David to you?
A friend.
Is he a close friend?
Yes.
Somebody you can rely on, right?
Yes.
He is a good friend. There is something here that David is going to be talking to you about, and Spirit tells me to tell you to use precaution.
Okay.
Use precaution.
Okay.
Just be cautious. What you want to say is, are you asking for my advice, or is it just something you need to talk about? Because, and this is what you want to say to him, because you're the one that has the answer. I don't have the answer. You have the answer.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
And he'll appreciate you for that.
Okay, thank you.
You have a lot of rewards coming to you, Claudia. God bless you, dear. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Claudia. We're going to go to, who are we going to? Lisa, you're next before John.
Hello.
G'day.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Mary Ellen. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're welcome. What'd you have for breakfast, Lisa?
I had a few crackers and some pita chips with some hummus and some lemonade. And for lunch, I know you're going to ask me, so I'll tell you, some tostada chips with some avocado mushed up like guacamole, but just the avocado and some garlic and some salt. And then for dinner, I actually had some, what do they call it? It was a German restaurant. What do they call it? Pork chop, breaded pork chop, whatever that is. I had some of that and some potatoes.
Oh, I know what that is.
Pork
They're
cutlet.
delicious.
Yeah. Schnitzel.
Yeah, but I can't. Yeah, wiener schnitzel, but it's not really wiener, but that's what they called it. But yeah,
schnitzel. It's delicious.
Schnitzel. It was good.
It's delicious. You're
so that's what
health food. Yeah, you're health
trying
food
to
conscious.
Trying.
You're trying to be health food conscious.
Yes, because I'm a cancer survivor, and my mom's suffering from it right now, the 5th time she's going through it. So it runs in our family pretty deeply.
You have bad water?
I drink filtered water. I have filters wherever I go, or I'll take it with
your
me.
mother's body is not alkaline, and you're not alkaline either. Spirit is. I've got some medical doctors I've got 3 doctors actually that are coming in from the Casa, from the phalanges, from the Casa of John of God in Brazil. There's something here about a metal. Is there? There's metal in the body. There's something about you and your mother have some kind of metal in your body.
Well, I have a lot of amalgams in my teeth, and I've been trying to get them taken out, but they're so expensive.
Get that taken care of, and so
I'm
does your mother.
Yeah, she just had a tooth
They're
pulled.
telling me that there's too much metal in the body, and it's filtering into the blood supply, and that's what I'm being told. So, if you can get that done.
That's right on. Yes, I'm going to do that.
What?
I'm going to do that, definitely.
Get that taken care of. But that's what they're saying. You've got too much metal in the body.
Okay.
It's filtering into the blood supply. There's also something about, you're saying filtered water, but I still need to tell you that water doesn't have doesn't have the minerals, and your body is not alkaline.
Sorry,
and the food that you're eating you're not eating food that's alkaline in your body, and neither is your mother.
Okay, I'll try doing that.
I'll look it up online. Definitely. I'm being told about alkaline.
Okay.
About alkaline. I keep hearing that word. They keep telling me
right on.
alkaline. And also, they're showing me there's like a chain reaction going on in your body right now. That's what they're showing me. There's some kind of chain reaction that's going on.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's because of the metal in your system or if it's because of the food. Some of the food that you're eating, you think you're eating healthy.
Please leave a brief message and a phone number.
Sorry, guys. No.
And I'll get back to you.
It's okay. I can still hear you, Mary Ellen.
Thank you, and have a great day.
Okay. They're telling me that some of that food that you're eating is having a chain reaction, but I'm watching it. I'm watching it. And they're showing me that it's actually not going anywhere. It's not doing anything for you.
Stagnant?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it's not doing anything for you. You think it's healthy food, but think again.
Okay.
It's going nowhere. It's not doing anything in your system, and that's what I'm being shown. They're showing me that.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So rethink your food supply. Rethink your food supply, and eat and drink foods that are more alkaline.
All right.
Your body is not as healthy as you think it is. You're a cancer survivor. What?
I feel like crap. I don't feel healthy. So yeah, I
no, you're
I
not,
hear you.
Because Yeah, you're eating that pita chip. That's all gluten. That's all wheat. Some of that is GMO food.
Can I just tell you something? I agree with you. I've been researching it. I want to do that, but I am poor right now, and I rely on my family for food most of the time, and so it's hard for me to eat healthy when they don't. And I've been talking to them for 8 years since I've lived here with them, all about this, and they're making changes slowly, but it's, I do the best I can with what I have, but I do hear you, and it just reinforces and confirms what I know.
You know what? I remember I was raised poor, and I remember during the spring and the autumn when the dandelion, we would go out and cut dandelions before the flower came out, and that's very healthy food.
Okay. I'll look for some of those.
Spinach. I keep hearing spinach.
Okay.
So there's something about your body that needs iron as well, but it's also, spinach is an alkaline food.
Okay.
I
appreciate it.
There's foods that you can eat that are very cost-effective.
Hello? Okay.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Lisa. God bless you.
You too. Thank you. Bye, James.
Okay, bye-bye, Lisa. And for everybody out there and for those online, John, I thought you were next, but actually Christopher's been quietly sitting in the background. Christopher, go ahead.
Okay, I'm here. Hello. I just know it keep on
hello, Christopher. How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay. What did you have for breakfast, Christopher?
What did you have for breakfast, Christopher? You know I'm going to ask.
Sausage, egg and cheese croissant with hash browns. And
you ate at McDonald's.
Close, Burger King.
Oh,
Burger
Christopher.
King. Across the street.
Yes.
Burger King across the street from McDonald's, right? I can see it.
Yeah, about 2 blocks to be exact.
Yeah.
No, and you were trying to make up your mind this morning where you were going to eat.
Yeah.
Burger King came first, so you pulled into Burger King.
Yeah, my mother took me to breakfast this morning.
Wow.
Next time, tell her the Hyatt.
Next time, tell her what?
Go to the Hyatt. Go to the Hyatt Hotel.
Hyatt Hotel.
Have the same thing with the same quality for $75 more.
Yeah.
So what is
Elizabeth, is Elizabeth there? Elizabeth may want to get in. Christopher, do you have a dog?
Yes.
I know. Your dog wants to speak to you.
Oh, cool.
That's why I was looking to see if Elizabeth was there.
Nope, she's moved on.
Okay. Christopher, your dog, oh my gosh, your dog just loves you. This dog loves you and this dog misses you. And did you have a dog before that passed away?
Yes.
And your grandfather is passed too, is that true?
Yeah, both sides, both my adopted and bio families, my grandparents are gone except for one.
Okay, but this dog is with your grandfather. He's showing me he's holding an animal. He's holding this animal up close to him, and he makes a comment about it's a personal. The dog is like personal to him. So this dog that passed was a very personable dog. And you had this dog, I keep hearing 10, was it 10 years, 9-10 years?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Wow.
Was that 9 to 10 years ago when you had that animal?
Yes.
Dog? Okay, that's what I'm hearing. But he's with your grandfather now. And your grandfather's watching over him. And he just wants you to know that the animal just keeps looking back at you. And I can see him looking back at you. He loved you dearly, just like this animal loves you now. Some people say, when an animal goes and we get another one, the spirit of that animal comes back. But in this case, that's not true, Christopher.
Okay.
That's not true. This dog that you have has its own separate spirit. And this one likes to run. This dog that you have, this dog likes to run.
Oh, wow. I have had so many dogs in my life. I've been surrounded by animals since I was 3 years old.
You're very gifted. Animals love you. That you're very gifted with animals. If you're always looking for what your notch is, that's what your notch is. You work at I feel like I want to say that I don't work at a very high-power job. I feel like I sometimes work at a menial job. Like I make enough money, but I feel like I want to make more money. Do you understand this?
Oh, I have been on disability my whole life. I only worked in sheltered workshops and volunteered in places.
Okay. So that's the reason why Spirit said you've worked at some menial jobs, but you would like to really make more money. Do you animal sit? Do you do animal sitting?
I don't do anything like that for pay. Last time I did anything close to what was I volunteered for the zoo when I was 15 years ago.
Well, I'm hearing from your grandfather, if you want to pick up some extra money, offer to do some animal sitting for friends.
Okay.
And they'll give you some extra money to do animal sitting. Animals love you, and they feel very safe with you. And I feel that the people would feel safe with you animal sitting for them. People go away on vacation. They don't want to put their animals in kennels or shelters, and they would love it if somebody came in and would watch their animals for them, on long weekends, even for a whole week.
This is so on track, because when I was a volunteer at the zoo, talking to people from a script, there was an animal, they had what they call bear cats. They used to have issues with the bear cat after I only had to be around it just to look at him, and the bear cat bonded with me, and it causes issues for the keepers.
Wow. Well, keep up the good work, Christopher.
Yeah.
Do offer. You have the gift of communicating with animals. Animals love your energy. They really, really do. So you can pick up some extra money, and that'll put more money in your pocket for you. And your grandfather is sending a lot of love and light to you. God bless you, Christopher. Thank you for allowing me to serve Spirit with you tonight.
Oh, somebody said hey when I called back, and I thought it was an answering machine. Sorry, Christopher.
Like Elizabeth.
Oh, I better not, because she'll be really mad at me. Okay.
Oh.
Thanks, Christopher. And remember, don't claim the income. They're just going to deduct it from your...
It's cash. It's cash in your pocket, Christopher.
Yes, I know. Be quiet.
Okay. Very, very quiet.
Cash in your pocket.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Christopher, thanks very much. We're going over to John now.
Christopher, we call it a love offering.
Oh, no. You know what? We're going to go to John. Then I'm going to go to a 778 number. Then I'm going to go to the 212 number. But the 212 number has to turn down their radio / everything, or mute their mic.
Oh, you got a lot of feedback going on there.
Yeah.
I'll turn it all off. Don't worry.
Okay.
Turn
She's
it
off to do that now.
If you leave me on to listen to it, I'll turn it off the computer.
I will do that. We'll sit here patiently.
I will. Done.
Okay, fine.
And I'll turn it to you.
Okay, John, go ahead.
He's going. Okay.
John, line 1. Are you coming? I can hear John running across the room.
I'm hardly breathing heavy.
Okay.
Get it?
Elizabeth, is that you?
No, it's not. But 212 is third in the queue. John, are you there? Somebody go in the chat room and tell John I'm here. Do you hear him running? Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
Can you hear it? James, you were so cute when you were young.
Thank you.
Oh my God, what a hot guy. Damn, you must have been beating him off with a feather.
Okay. You have to be quiet. I'm waiting for John.
Okay.
And John's not here. We're going to go to these
Nobody
seven.
can hear me, right?
Yeah, everyone can.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
That's why I'm trying to keep you quiet. Okay, the 778 number. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Hello. It's V. It's Alicia.
Hello, V. V and I were in a class tonight with Paisley and Dom. We were learning how to read cards better.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it was very cool. Okay, V.
You were doing what? Learning how to read cards.
Well, we're all trying to build our confidence in reading. I do oracle cards. V, do you do oracle cards or tarot?
Tarot.
Oh, show off.
You know what? I got to tell you what I just did. I'm going to tell you what I just did. I reached over and I pulled out my Ask Your Guide cards.
Oh.
I did. I just pulled them out. Usually I don't read cards. I just have this because I pull a guide card out every single day to see.
Please leave your message for...
Oh, don't do that.
Here we go.
No, it's okay.
So, what is your name?
Alicia.
Who? Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. There are two person.
James,
I'm not
who am I talking to?
You're talking to Valicia with a V.
Velicia.
SIA.
What?
SIE.
LISSIA.
Felicia. I got that. And what'd you have for breakfast, Felicia?
I had a coffee.
Please leave your message for...
John.
I had a coffee and a cake, basically.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
There was a lot of interference. Go ahead.
Okay, so I had a coffee and just a cake. That's it.
Coffee cake.
Sorry?
Coffee cake.
Yes.
Let me tell you, you guys did. You were doing cards tonight. Let me tell you the two cards that I pulled for you. One is Rest, Holy Spirit. Rest in the Holy Spirit, and the other one is Discipline with Master Teachers. You've got a Master Teacher. You've got a Master Teacher guide that's coming in that's trying to teach you discipline.
Okay.
Do you understand this? You're not disciplined enough. You don't discipline yourself enough. You're trying. And I keep hearing the word too hard. You're trying too hard. You're not allowing the flow to come in. You know, there's the word prayer and meditation. So prayer and meditation. Prayer, there's prayer first, and then meditation is that quiet that comes after the prayer.
Okay.
And so there's an exercise that you can do. Your master guide is telling me they're asking you to do exercises, and you're not doing the exercises. If you do your prayer at the same time every day, if you do your meditation at the same time every day, then they will come in and they will guide you. They will talk with you. You can send out a question the night before when you're laying in bed. Lay in bed, ask a question, and in the morning, wait and see if the answer comes to you. You're always on the move, always on the move. It's hard to hit a moving target. Do you understand that, Felicia?
Yes.
You're always, you've got too much hyper energy is what I'm being told.
Right.
And so it's about quieting down the mind and quieting down the body. There's a saying, you know, if you've got a lot of conversations that go on in your head every single day. you've got a council going on up there, but you're the only one up there. And that makes you dangerous. You understand that?
I think so.
You know why you're dangerous? Because you're the only one up there. You're the judge, jury, and executioner.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to do this work, you must do it with a quiet mind and find serenity.
Right.
The mind is not made to have conversations by itself. That borderline's on insanity, so to speak.
Right.
A different form of insanity, but you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the mind must be quiet if you're going to hear the spirit speak.
Oh, I get
Right.
it.
Right.
You get that?
Yes.
There's a saying, be quiet, mind, the heart wishes to speak. How can your heart speak if the mind is not quiet?
Right.
So he's telling you what to do. So if the mind is always going, that's called self-will.
Right.
So if you're sitting in self-will, then you're not connected to the source. And it's important that you connect to the source, to a higher power.
Right.
So at some point in time, I'm getting, at some time in your 20s, early, I'm seeing the number 20, like in your 20s, sometime when you were around 20, you disconnected from your higher power.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time to reconnect.
Right.
Yeah, how's that been working for you on your own? It hasn't been, has it?
Yeah. Difficult.
It hasn't been.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Prayer and meditation.
Yes.
Prayer and meditation go hand in hand. And the mind needs to be quiet. And you need to tell it to be quiet. You tell the mind to be quiet. I don't care what kind of conversation it wants to have. It's not important because it's not coming out of your mouth. It's just something keeping your mind busy, and that's too much busy. That's the self-will talking to you. Up on the ego.
Right.
Sound good?
Thank you.
Lots to think about, Dee?
Serve spirit with you. God bless you.
Yes, Jim.
You have
Excellent.
work to do. You have a lot of work to do. That doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a week. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks. It happens in a year, 2 years, 3 years to get the mind quiet.
Oh, wow.
You have some work to do.
I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, V, thanks very much. And I'll
Thank you.
talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Okay, John. John?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you,
Can you hear me?
okay. Yes, it's
All right.
John and then Daryl.
All right.
Hi, John.
I have it. Hi, Mary Ellen. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm just happy everyone can hear me now.
I know. We were hearing pitter-patter of little bitty feet is what I'm hearing. You
No,
have small feet.
it wasn't my. It wasn't. No.
You got about an 8 or 9 foot. Is that what I'm saying?
Oh, I got a pretty big foot, actually.
Yes.
What size?
That's me, Bigfoot.
Mary Ellen was
Yeah,
asked,
we just had an encounter. What
you just had a...
shoe do you wear, John?
Not really all that big. 12 and a half, actually.
12 and a half. Wow, you're about 6 foot.
6'2".
6'2". I was off 1 inch.
Wow.
What'd you have for breakfast,
you might be
John?
right, actually. You know, how people shrink when they get older. So I'm 57 now. You're probably correct when you say 6'1". 6'2" is what I was when I was younger. So.
Yeah, you're 6'1" now. That's what I'm saying. And
Breakfast,
your feet are a little bit wider, too.
Oh, yeah, probably
I'm
your
just
yard
playing
has
with
dropped
you.
a bit.
I'm playing with you, John.
I
I'm
know.
playing with you. What'd you have for breakfast?
Okay, I know there's a little lag, so I'm going to tell you what I had for breakfast. All right, I can't give up my carnivore ways, so I'm just going to level with you. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant for breakfast. No, it was a sausage.
Right?
No.
No.
Go ahead.
It was a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. There was
Unless you're a pig.
No,
Yeah.
I got a question, John. The age 44 came in. Something traumatic happened to you at 44 years old, and you're still reeling from it. There's some residue. You may have. You could say, well, yeah, I'm past that. But I need to tell you, spiritually, you're still hanging on to it.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're still being affected.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
still being affected by it.
Yes.
So there's something here. We talk about prayer, and I know, some people say, yeah, everybody says that. Everybody says that about prayer. Everybody says that. But in this case, I feel that prayer, a different kind of prayer, would be more beneficial to you. There's a reason why you're still hanging on to that. And what Spirit is showing me is because you haven't forgiven yourself. With something you were powerless and helpless, but you participated in it. And that's where your anger is coming from. That's where you're having a hard time letting go of. It's not because of the other person. It's more because of your own participation in that. Do you understand
You're
this?
spot on. Absolutely right.
So this participation, how would you know to make different decisions today if you didn't have that experience? And that experience taught you something about yourself. You may not be that proud about it, but it's an experience that was given to you so that you would understand the difference between the high road and the low road.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So
And
you
I
want
agree
to
with you.
thank you. And you want to thank that person that helped to get you through this endeavor, and that's what I'm hearing. It's the straw doesn't break the camel's back. It's not the straw that breaks the camel's back, and it's not the last straw that breaks the camel's back, even though they say it does. But there's a nervous energy that you have, that you seem to have a problem controlling that nervous energy. And it sometimes gets the best
you're right.
of you.
Oh, very quite often, actually. And I don't quite understand why I can't get control of this raging impulses.
Yeah. Where's that coming from? The child.
Yeah, and some self-loathing, probably.
The childhood, and that's coming from the child in you. The child. I'm hearing childhood, child within. That's about helplessness and powerlessness. That child was helpless and powerless, but that child is the one that's still running your life. So there's something here where Spirit is telling me that you tend to lack maturity because nobody is taking care of the inner child, and that's your job. It's not somebody else to do that. It's about you managing that inner child. That's your job. That's nobody else's job. So when you feel like you're getting out of control, ask the inner child, what is the problem? Ask that inner child, say, what is your problem? Talk to the higher self. Say, what is the problem? And just listen. Listen to what that higher self says. Listen to what that child inside of you is saying. And that child may be saying, I'm hurting. And when it says, I'm hurting, you say to that inner child, that little boy, say, why are you hurting? I'm mad. Why are you mad? Because nobody's paying attention to me. Well, why isn't anybody paying it? What is it that I can do for you? So let me pay attention to you. Let me be the one to take care of you. That's nobody else's job but my job to take care of you.
Yeah.
It's an exercise I'm going to give you, John, to do with that inner child inside of you, because that's where that rage comes from. And you can ask your higher power, you can ask the God of your understanding to remove that rage. You don't need that rage anymore. It's self-serving. It doesn't work for you anymore. It didn't work for you before, and it's not working for you now. And all it does is take you down the road of some destruction where you've got some wreckage in your past. And you haven't made amends to anybody because you justify everything you do. And you don't need to be doing that.
I know you're right.
You can say, I'm so sorry I did that. I didn't wake up this morning with you on my mind to cause you harm.
Yeah.
That's just saying I'm human. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody. There's false pride with you, and you say, no, I'm not going to. I don't need to tell. And because you keep justifying what you did, stop justifying it.
All
It
right.
is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not your job today, and it won't be your job tomorrow to make people understand who you are.
And they're not going to find the body anywhere, John. Sorry.
What?
Then no one's going to find the body. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no, that was a previous life, Jay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My axe murderer
Let's focus
life.
on this one.
Okay, good. All right.
But I'm giving
yeah.
you homework. I'm
Yeah.
going to give you homework, John. You have homework to do.
Okay.
The Spirit is saying, this is to help you. Spirit is saying this to help you get back on track again. And did you have an aunt that's in spirit with an M name? Like Margaret?
Let me think. Let me think.
Like an M name, Mary? No.
Maudie,
There you
or
go. No, that's it.
yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
I wasn't particularly close to her.
That's all right. She was a guardian spirit to you. She was a guardian.
Oh yeah.
Did you know
I
that?
wasn't aware of that.
She's a guardian for
No,
you
not at
even
all.
now. She's here to help
Really?
you out.
Huh.
Yes, she is. She's here to help you out, and she liked to wear colors that looked like mauve. She liked that mauve look, that like roses, like red, like pink, off pink, and she tended to have depression. And she tells me that you have depression as well. You tend to get depressed.
Yeah.
And she's telling me that she was depressed. She had bouts of depression. And I could see that. She had bouts of depression. And that's just anger turned inward.
She was my father's cousin, so she was my second cousin. And I didn't know her really well, but I tend to agree with what you're saying. And she dressed kind of in an old-fashioned way.
Right, she did. She liked that pink. I could see that. But she's bringing in light for you, and she's coming in to help you. She comes in as a guide to help you, as a spirit guide, to work with you.
Well, that's very nice.
Excellent.
Okay, I give that to you with blessings, John. God bless you. You have work to do. You have a lot of work to do, my friend. And you may want to get some...
Yeah.
You may want to get... I'm not going to say counseling, but I don't know if you want to find somebody that does talk therapy, where you can talk about your past.
I've always shunned that sort of thing because it always feels artificial to me, and that I'm opening myself up too much to someone I don't even know, you know, and it makes me feel extremely vulnerable.
Help you, John.
Hey, John, the worst thing, and this is me putting my police hat back on, is is opening up to a person you don't know is actually, when you get into that, when you expose that soft spot, it's way better than opening up to a person you do know. Because,
really? In what way?
Well, what happens is with somebody you don't know, you'll just dump on them, and you don't worry about them, you know, having to see them the next day or bump into them at the pub or go play golf with them, and they have your info in their file cabinet, and they'll look at you in a certain way. When you give it to somebody you don't know, they walk away and they're out of your life until the next time you want to talk to them. There's no residual.
You're only as thick as your secrets, John.
What's that, Mary Ellen?
I said you're as sick as your secrets.
You're as something as your secrets.
When you start talking about your secrets, they have lesser impact on you. They lose the power that they have over you.
Yeah, they're.
I guess it's a great fear of feeling vulnerable, and a fear that I will be betrayed yet again by someone I trusted.
But do you deny yourself? You deny yourself the experience. You deny yourself your true feelings. It's like building a house of cards. Somebody comes along and they blow a little breath on you, and your house of cards fall down. You need a stronger spiritual foundation. And that's what you want to be looking for. You've been living in hell. People who live in hell they don't live an earthly life because you've been living in hell. So it's time to look at your spiritual foundation. Ask yourself, what is my spiritual foundation? And that's very, very important, to have a spiritual foundation in your life. Because what anger does is it destroys that spiritual foundation, and it creates a spiritual bankruptcy in you, where you don't have love, where you don't feel love, where you don't have gratitude.
I
because
understand
anger
what you're
takes
saying.
away the gratitude.
Sweet.
You need gratitude in your life, John. Start with the small things to be thankful for. When you wake up in the morning, thank you, God. That's a prayer. That's a prayer, and that's making a deposit. I said I wasn't going to give you conventional
Mary Ellen,
prayer. I'm going to... What?
I don't... I've given up my my Christian upbringing long ago because I see it as being fake. Okay, this is not an offense to anyone else, but that's just not me, and I'm not one to pray anymore to any higher power or anything like that, so to speak. But how about if I pray to my higher self? Would that work?
As long as you pray to something that's a power greater than yourself. It could be a tree. I don't care what it is. Saying thank you is not a Christian belief. It's a spiritual belief, and that's what I'm talking to you about.
Okay.
There's a saying, people that go to church are people trying to stay out of hell. You've already been to hell.
I think it,
You can only live a spiritual life. That's the only way you can live, John. And that's what I would be seeking. I would be looking for that. And that's what your aunt is. That's what your cousin is talking about. She came in as an aunt to you. And that's what she's talking about. Look to live a more spiritual life with a stronger foundation, with stronger belief systems that are based in spirit rather than Christian.
Well, I do have a strong belief system, but it's not based on anything traditional.
But it's not giving you love.
I know that I will survive when I die. I know that my consciousness will live on. I'm absolutely 100% sure of that.
Survive,
but you're
or
right.
do you want it to live?
I want to live, of course.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, John. God bless you.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Mary Ellen.
Thank
You've
you
been
for
very,
allowing me to serve
very
spirit
helpful.
with you tonight. Thank you.
I love you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Thanks,
love
John.
you too.
Good job.
I love you more.
Oh, yeah? Well, I love you more. All right. No love competitions going on here, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Fui. Fui.
All righty.
That's great.
Thanks, John.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, John.
Okay, kids, we've got somebody with a 778 number just called in, and don't pick up the line and phone back again because, I guess you're going to have to now. Your phone number just disappeared. I was going to phone you back. When we come back from the break, well, actually, I'm going to bring in Daryl really quick. Hey, Daryl, you've only got 5 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. Hi there. I was just looking at where you live. You live by a lot of forests, the Allegheny and the Susquehannock.
About an hour away. I'm an hour away from Clarion, Pennsylvania. I have friends in Clarion.
That's nice up there.
I go up there and stay in cabins sometimes. It's nice up there. How are
Would
you,
you like?
Daryl?
I'm fine. Would you want to?
Or Cheryl?
Daryl. If you want an apartment in New York for a week, you want to swap?
Yes, I can.
Huh?
How do you spell your name?
Daryl.
Daryl.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What'd you have for breakfast, Daryl?
My mom made me breakfast today. I had fried eggs over easy with melted cheese, sausages, coffee. I had some prosciutto-type ham, capicola with mozzarella cheese.
That sounds wonderful. I have a message for you from Spirit. Before we go any further, I have a message for you. I was looking up when you were coming on the phone, and I saw the Liberty Bell.
Really?
I did. I saw the Liberty Bell.
That's funny.
There's something here about freedom. You need some kind of freedom, and you need a little bit more liberty.
Okay.
You're not getting the freedom or the liberty that you need to be getting. Do you understand this?
Yeah, I fear of losing my freedom, actually. I have I don't know how free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't think I just feel a little kind of feeling that we're not going to have our freedom for much longer. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know, a fear of being controlled. I've always hated being controlled, period, though. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But there are some things that, and I hear the word, you feel like you have to scum tube.
Pardon me?
There are some things I had to put the phone down because the earpiece was hurting my ear. I had to put you back on speaker.
No problem.
There are some things that go on in your life that you feel that you're having to lower yourself in order to obey. Use the word. I'm using the word obey because that's the way Spirit brings it in. That you're having to obey people, and that comes from your upbringing.
Right.
That's where that fear is coming from. It's about always to obey. I need to obey this one. I need to obey that one. I need to tell you, that's not true anymore. You're an adult. You're an adult. You don't have to obey anybody. It's time for you to start making better decisions for yourself. You can make your own decisions. You're very good at decision making. Did you know that?
I think I am, yeah.
Yeah, I know you are. You do. You make very good decisions. And there are times when people don't like the decisions you make and make it seem like now you have to obey them. And that's not true.
Right.
Not true. You have second sight, Spirit is telling me. Spirit says that you have second sight because when somebody does that to you, you kind of shift a little bit and you look at them and it's almost as if you want to see the spirit that's talking in them. Yeah, and you can develop that second sight. You have second sight, Daryl.
I think I might. I don't know what I'm seeing, but I certainly see a lot of things that I can't I can't explain.
I called second sight because you look at the person, you look to see if that person is being mean to you or if
lying,
threatened by you.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you shift before you make any decisions. That's why you're a good decision maker.
Thank you.
Not very many people have the ability to do that. Do you have investment?
Pardon me?
You have investments?
Some. Diminishing, but yeah.
Well, they shouldn't be diminishing. You need to move some of these investments around because you've been hanging on to them a little bit longer than usual. Some of them are making money. Some of them are kind of hanging on by a thread. So the ones that are hanging, right?
You're on the money there, that's for sure. I left some that are losing, and I left another that's doing well. That's true.
Right. The one that's hanging on by a thread, get rid of it.
Get rid of them.
And reinvest that money into something else that's got a higher dividend maker. And that's what
I think I should get them out of where they are. They're BS, you know.
They're just sitting there, and they're making somebody else money, but they're not making you money.
Totally.
Hey, Mary Ellen? Sorry, Daryl. Daryl and Mary Ellen. Hold on.
About my health.
We've got to take a break, Daryl and Mary Ellen. This is our 7-minute run to the bathroom, top up your tea, grab a couple of beer.
Okay.
Let's go. And we'll be back in 7 minutes. And I'm going to make you listen to this.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott, and I would like to invite you to listen Monday through Friday right here on Spaced Out Radio. 3 hours a night of the top stories with the top guests, ranging topics from UFOs to ETs, ghosts to Sasquatch, and everything in between. We are live every night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. So come on in and take a listen at spacedoutradio.com. Spaced Out Radio will take you out of this world.
Hi there, this is your psychic medium Joanna, and I would love it if you would join us every other Sunday on Spaced Out Weekend. With host James Tyson, we'll bring you personal psychic messages on 2 mediums and a large. Questions about love, life, career changes. We would love it if you would come and join us live. Call in and listen in for the experience. Allow us to open the doors to your other side. 2 mediums and a large, heard only on Spaced Out Weekend at spacedoutradio.com.
Looking for news beyond the mainstream news? Head to spacedoutradio.com and check out the SOR Spacewire. This is Spaced Out Radio's Eric Markham, News Director for the SOR Spacewire. Daily, I will bring you intriguing stories and outlandish reports from what's going on around the world. UFO sightings, paranormal activity, conspiracies, alternative health, and so much more. And if you have news, email me at news@spacedoutradio.com.
Attention Spaced Out Radio listeners. For only $5 a month, you can join Spaced Out Radio Space Travelers. Your membership at spacedoutradio.com will give you access to private fan area on the website, get you a monthly newsletter, draws for monthly swag, and a whole lot more. Sign up today to become a part of the Spaced Out Radio experience.
Strange creatures lurking in the night, the sounds of wood knocking in the forest, odd happenings right out of a fictional world. These are the reports I love. Hi there, this is author Ronald Murphy, and I would love it if you join me and Spaced Out Radio host Dave Scott the second Wednesday of every month on our journey into the unknown land of cryptozoology at spacedoutradio.com. From Mothman to Frogman and everything in between. Hey, they don't call me the crypto guru for nothing.
Greetings and salutations, space travelers, from the Chronicles of the Unknown team.
What is Chronicles of the Unknown? I keep hearing about this thing.
It's a new paranormal reality TV show based right here in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Follow our team as we uncover claims of activity on the Caribou Gold Rush Trail. You can also follow us here every third Monday, where 2 members of our team will be available to answer your questions. We'll give you some equipment updates and some of our experiences on the road, right here on Spaced Out Radio.
For over 40 years, the Purple Energy Plates have been delivering amazing results for their many customers. Inspired by the great genius Nikola Tesla, the harmony, healing, and energetic effects of the plates have proven over and over to be beneficial and often miraculous to thousands of customers. With their money-back guarantee and the many benefits, how can you afford not to get one? Check their site for daily specials and choose from their many energy products. You won't be sorry. Visit them today at purpleplates.com for mind, body, and spirit, and expect a miracle.
Patrolling the Pacific Northwest, we are always on the lookout for the strange and unassuming stories that real people are experiencing. Hi, I'm Vincent Zunza from Pacific North Weird. Me and Alexandra Sullivan have teamed to bring to you those odd stories that never seem to make it into the mainstream. Stories so weird that will leave you scratching your head wondering, is this real? It's as real as it gets with Pacific North Weird. You can watch our videos right here at spacedoutradio.com.
Find yourself constantly looking up in the sky, looking for answers? Have you had extraterrestrial contact? Are you an abductee? Looking for answers to your experiences? Hi there, I'm R. Keith Andrews, Spaced Out Radio's resident ET expert. Join me live the first Friday of every month, where I take questions from the Spaced Out Radio chat room and help you understand those from the far-off world. It's 2 hours of knowledge every experiencer should listen to. Hope to see you there.
Hey everybody, this is Patrick Webster Small, and I'm here to bring you the Webster Phenomena every Saturday night, live at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. If you're looking for aliens and extraterrestrials, well, we've got them. Big and tall, short and small. You're bound to find what you're looking for. So join me on the Webster Phenomena right here on Spaced Out Radio.
Hi there, this is Jolene with Rivulet Reiki and Readings, and I want you to relax. Let me help you chill out and get in touch with your body, mind, and soul. In this busy world, sometimes we need to let go, and this is where I can help. Visit my website, rivuletrndr.wix.com/rivuletrndr, or my Facebook page, Rivulet R&R, to set up an appointment for relaxation, Reiki, or readings, no matter where you are. It's time for you to make time for you.
You hear footsteps in the empty room above you. A rocking chair begins rocking by itself. Don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night. Reach for Spirit Storybox, the iPhone app the Huffington Post UK called the only ghost hunting app you will ever need. Spirit Storybox. The spirits are telling their stories. Are you listening?
Every month on Spaced Out Radio, we look into the deep and dark reports of cryptids roaming around the world with me, Rob Morphy from Cryptopia.us. I would love it if you would join me and host Dave Scott as we delve into the most arcane stories and reports regarding creatures of the unknown. My job is to hunt down the details and bring the evidence forward to you. These aren't your regular Bigfoot stories I'm talking about either. You can find out more about crypto history at spacedoutradio.com.
Tonight's edition of Spaced Out Weekend is brought to you by spacedoutradio.com, where you can now sign up to become a Space Traveler member. Now, for the final time tonight, here's Spaced Out Weekend's James Tyson.
Welcome back, everybody. We are with Mary Ellen Rodrigues tonight, and a cast of thousands, or a few people who phoned in. You can go see, if you want to know more about Mary Ellen or want to book a reading through her, go to her website, Mary Ellen Rodrigues, that's RODRIGUES.com, MaryEllenRodrigues.com. She's Portuguese, so that's the way it's spelt. Portuguese. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Daryl, don't make me pull this car over. Okay, Daryl. Yeah, thank you. You can tell her in a second. We have Mary Ellen on. She will be here for one more hour, and we haven't even touched on some of the really cool investigations she's done. Or we're going to probably touch on the Malaysian flight later because we have a full rack of people calling in, so we'll never get to the Malaysian flight or her murder investigations. But if you do want to call in, and this isn't a reading. This is like a little hit and run. So let's try to keep these things down less than 5 minutes. It's 575-694-6634. Again, 575-694-6634. Or on Skype, James_Tyson32. Off you go, Daryl. No, you're telling Mary Ellen about something. Portuguese, yeah. So, hold on. So, Mary Ellen was saying that was an angel saving somebody's life. Oh. Or Latin. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on.
Speaker.
Alrighty. For those of you who have missed it, sorry, and I'm trying to get the calls back.
The good guys. I don't know. I don't know who they are. I would love for you to interpret like what their
Daryl.
Agenda is.
Daryl.
That's a different forum than what we're doing tonight.
Oh my God.
I understand. I know. Okay.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to know about my health, but I think I've asked too many questions. So
okay. Thanks very much, Daryl, and I will update the crowd on what happened because we were just off the air for a couple of minutes. Thanks, Daryl.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, take care.
Daryl. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
I'll try to get in touch with you. Okay, bye now.
Yeah, definitely, Daryl. Yep, bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. So,
Daryl, just because I know we were off the air there briefly, there was no sound. Daryl had witnessed a beam from a construction site fall and a disc shape push it back up to where it was. Mary Ellen identified this as a angelic event, and it was saving somebody's life. And Daryl also heard what she described as Portuguese in the video that she took, and Mary Ellen said this was Brazilian Portuguese. And Mary Ellen, again, were they beings? Were they kind of light beings, or was that a human?
Light beings. I think she said she felt like they weren't very good, but I didn't get that at all. I felt they were there saving somebody's life.
Oh, Absolutely. That is very cool. Very, very cool.
Absolutely, with somebody's life being changed, not only saved, but I'm hearing the words. Somebody's life was changed.
Changed. Oh, that is nice.
Right. That is. Yeah. That's beautiful.
I'm going to go to just so my my crowd in here knows what's going on. We're going to Victoria, and then we're going to Amanda, and then we're going to Domi. Alrighty. So Victoria, just start speaking.
Hi, Victoria.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Miriam. Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you tonight?
Yeah.
Well, how are you this early morning?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Great. Where do you live, Victoria?
I live in Texas.
You live in Texas. Whereabouts?
In Rowlett, up north.
North, up by Oklahoma, right?
Not too far up north, not too far from Dallas. I would say maybe 15 minutes to 30 minutes to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
But in the country.
What did you have for breakfast, Victoria?
You know, when you ask somebody that question, I said, what did I have for breakfast? And and actually, I skipped breakfast. We had Taco Bell for lunch today. So I guess that was my brunch. I was talking
about Taco Bell today.
Oh.
And when is your birthday, Victoria?
It's October the 17th, 1967, hon.
October 17th?
Yes, October 17th, 1967.
You have, Spirit told me to ask you that because I felt like you had a birthday coming up. I heard that you had a birthday coming up, and that's the reason why I asked. And you've got, have you been doing double duty? I feel like I want to say you've been doing double duty.
Absolutely.
Is that true? You've been doing double duty.
Double, triple, quadruple.
Right, exactly. And you're coming into your own is what I'm hearing. spirit say, I'm hearing your spirit guide say this, and you've always got two angel beings with you. You have two beings, and they're always coming. They're always coming in. One is always coming, and one is always going. So they're always coming in, and I feel like I'm whispering in your ear. I feel like sometimes I hear breath, or I hear a wisp, like a whoosh, like a whoosh sound sometimes. You hear that whoosh?
That's what that is. Yes, I hear it all the time, honey, all the time.
That's your angels coming in and out. That's spirit talking to you. They've been trying to talk to you for a very long time.
I know, I always tell them. I said, talk to me, you know, because I know what that is, but it's like I never hear it. It's either the ringing or the whoosh.
Right. The ringing means that they're standing too close to you.
Oh, wow. Oh,
That's
my
when
God.
they're standing too close. You're a medium.
Oh, my God. I don't want to be, but I know what you're talking about.
You do know what I'm talking about. You know what? It's not about that you don't want to be. It's because it's not going to go away, and it's sooner that you listen to your spirit guides. It's sooner that you listen because it's a way of life. It doesn't mean that you have to do what I do, because you can be of service somewhere else in your community. This is about being of service. You're coming into an age group. You're coming into that age where you need to start thinking about being of service to your community. It's about giving back to your community. Mm-hmm. You don't have to stand out but you can work in your community and be, what is Spirit saying? How are they saying this? You can, instead of you looking up to people, it's time that people looked up to you. Mm-hmm. It's about earning respect. You've earned the respect is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
You've respected so many people. Now it's time for them to show respect for you. I've got one that comes in. I wrote down the word knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge that you have that it's time for you to be imparting to others. And I feel like I want to be working, and I need to say this to you because I'm hearing these words very loud and very clear, and if you've got a pen, I want you to write this down. It's time for you to get in touch with your spiritual community.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, I got you.
It's time.
Okay.
You know it. You know it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
It's time for you to get in touch with like-minded people.
Yes, 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 yes.
And this is what you need to do. Have you been doing Reiki?
No, I haven't. Strange you should mention that.
Yep, you need to take Reiki. Spirit, your guides are telling me we want you to get in touch with the spiritual community. And if you want to make contact, start with finding somebody that is teaching Reiki 1 and Reiki 2.
Oh, my goodness. Funny you said that because there is a spiritual community that I'm somewhat belonging to. I haven't been able to interact with them like I want to. But one lady in particular, she is a master Reiki healer, and she's been trying to come out for some time to come do some healing for me. So that is really, really interesting. I need it.
Let her do that, and then it's time for you to volunteer to turn around and get into doing it. Your life will get much better because a lot of the questions over the years that you have asked about will be answered for you. Because you'll be in touch with a different community than what you've been in touch with before. You've been asking questions of the wrong people. They look at you funny and they don't want to touch base with that. Some people have different belief systems than what you do. And your guides are telling me that. and they want to guide you along. Michael the Archangel comes in and is a protector to you. If you're looking for who your Archangel is and who your protector is, I'm being told Michael the Archangel.
Hey, you're with me.
Why, you have Michael the Archangel too?
Yep.
Do you?
Yeah, and I also have Heniel.
Mary, I have a serious question for you, if you don't mind.
Okay, Victoria, go ahead.
Okay, I for the past 8 years have been going through a living hell. I have 5 children, single mom. My husband was deported back to India 8 years ago. Got back on my feet, got things back on track, so it seemed. And I'm just going to be transparent here. About 3 or 4 years after my husband went back home to his country, I got cancer. I got breast cancer, and I've been battling it for 5 years.
It's a spiritual problem.
Pardon?
It's a spiritual problem.
Yes, ma'am. I realize this, too.
You were with a man that sucked the life out of you.
My husband.
The breasts are the positive energy. The breasts are positive energy. And what he did was he sucked the nurturing life out of you. And that's what the breast represents.
My goodness, I figured as much. And then just 4 days ago, well, this has actually been going on for 5 months or so.
Well, you're at the MD Anderson Hospital?
No, I'm not actually. I'm with a local doctor where I live.
No, you need to go to MD Anderson. And I'm hearing the word wellness center.
Okay.
I'm hearing wellness center. There's either a cancer wellness center or there's a wellness center that's nearby.
Okay, I will
and
look.
I feel like I need to go there. But you need to also let that Master Reiki work on you as well.
I am going to call her tomorrow. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Victoria. I'm proud of you. If you understand that the cancer is a spiritual problem.
Yeah, I've been knowing that for a long time.
And there's a number of things that you also can do that you don't want the cancer to create its own blood supply.
Correct, yes. Correct.
You understand that?
I do, yes.
Okay. So you got turmeric, you got mustard, turmeric. You're doing turmeric. I'm not prescribing, but there's turmeric and...
I put turmeric in all my food.
With
I eat a lot of food. I eat a lot of Caribbean spice type of food. I try to stay away from processed food.
That
Yes,
prevents it from creating. But look at it as a spiritual problem. So the nurturing, it's about getting the nurturing back. If you start focusing on what you're grateful for and nurture yourself, nurture your breast, touch your breasts, and nurture them and tell them how much you love them.
Okay. Now, my mother, when you first started to tell me about I've been doing some overtime, quadruple time, you're right. It's, I've been doing that. And my mother's in the hospital with dementia, and I'm trying to take care of her and get her situated. But I have a friend of mine who's going to be coming out here to visit me pretty soon, Mary. And my faith or my path is in African spirituality. And he's coming to do some healing on me as well. And if there is nothing else, it's like I just want to change my life for the better. That spiritual work, the community that you're talking about, I do spiritual readings for people.
So forgive yourself and forgive your husband.
Yes, I recently.
Forgiveness
I've been
is a
working
big part of healing. Forgiveness is a big part of healing.
You're right. You're right.
And
It's
I
been
thank
very
you.
hard.
I thank you for calling in. God bless you, Victoria. I love you.
Love you, Mary. Thank you. Thank you, James.
You're welcome,
I'm
sweetheart.
so honored. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for calling.
Yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's wonderful. And Victoria, I sent you something on Skype. Just a contact I have, a lady named Catherine O'Keefe Cannabis, whose guides came to her and said, "You've got to go to the doctor and get checked, because you've got breast cancer." And they came in a dream. They were like monks, little friars kind of guys. And she went to the doctor and said, "Yeah, you'll have to check." And the doctor said, "Well, we've looked. You don't have cancer." And she said, "No, check again." No, we've looked. You don't have cancer. So they finally gave in, and they checked, and she had stage 4 breast cancer. And they got it out, and it was cured. And they said, "How did you know this?" And she's actually written a book called Surviving Cancerland, and it's all to do with the spiritual side. And it's not fighting cancer, it's experiencing cancer.
Exactly.
Don't fight it. Like Mary Ellen says, it is it's something that's more metaphysical and spiritual.
To deal with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a spiritual problem. I could tell right away that it wasn't a chemical problem. That cancer didn't come about chemically. It came about spiritually. It was an emotional.
Yep.
It was created emotionally.
Yes. Right on. You got it. And I realized that I'm going to get rid of this. I am going to get rid of this with the help with my spiritual friends. Thank God. I feel so blessed. And I am so grateful.
Love. You're going to fill it with love because what's filled with love cannot survive.
Amen. That's right. I appreciate you reminding me of that.
Okay, good.
I got 5 kids. That look up to me. I'm not going nowhere.
That's right.
Yeah, you're too busy to go.
Okay.
That's the respect. There's your respect.
Okay.
Earned respect. Yeah. Thank you, Victoria.
Thanks, Victoria.
Okay, honey. Thank you, guys. I love the show, James. Thank you.
Oh,
I feel
thank
so
you, Victoria.
blessed.
I love you.
Thank you for listening. Thank
Love
you for listening. Isn't this great?
Yeah.
Much love, much unconditional love to all of you and the listeners. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Take that advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
ma'am. Thank you.
Where am I going now? Oh, that was a hit in the head. Wow. Thanks, Victoria. Amanda.
Right.
Amanda is back.
What?
Can I just say something quickly before I go into my question?
Yeah.
Victoria, if you can hear me, you are one tough cookie to be raising 5 kids on your own. I thought I had it tough with 3 who are now adults, 5 and battling breast cancer. I'm so blown away right now. That is a strong girl to be going through that all by herself and looking after her mom.
Did that man that was her husband, he missed all the miracles.
Yes.
Oh, and then some.
Yeah.
Yep, he missed
and
all
then
the
some.
miracles. What a shame.
Yeah, unreal.
It's a life he's going to have to repeat. Yep, it's a life he's going to have to repeat over and over again until he gets it. But boy, did he miss beautiful miracles.
Yeah,
6 of them.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
My heart's just beating so fast right now. I just had to put down the phone. I almost cried a few times.
Amanda, did you call back in?
Yeah.
I did call back in it. Yeah, because the phone had disconnected.
I'm sitting down as I've been talking. What happened to you?
Well, I did want to say what James had asked earlier. He said, are you in an empathetic field? And my answer to that is actually yes. I did, if anybody out there wants to Google search downtown Eastside Vancouver, it's very well known. It's the poorest neighborhood in all of Canada, very drug infested. I worked at a shelter in the downtown East Side for 5 years, and I've actually just moved over to supported housing for people that were homeless at one point and have either addiction or mental health or both. And that's what I do.
Thank you. he thought you worked in the medical field or you were a teacher, and I said, no, she's not.
No, I wanted to get into the medical field many, 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 many years ago. So that's a little bit of irony, too. Those kind of three things have always been my kind of thing, so it's funny that James had said that. But unfortunately, I didn't catch it because James hung up on me, so by accident. But so that's one of the things that I wanted to bring up because James was on the right path. But when you brought up the warrior woman...
Because I made a comment to you about finding a counselor, and you do counseling.
To a certain degree, yeah. And I try to counsel myself. I do try to counsel myself sometimes. I actually got a tattoo on my chest that says, love your beautiful self, and I have to remind myself to love myself some days, too.
See, I wrote down that you have the warrior nature in you. You have the First Nation, and you have a warrior. You have a warrior teacher that's coming to you. I wrote everything down. Everybody I talked to, Spirit has had me doing automatic writing. I've been writing it all down.
I'm curious, though, because I'm adopted. I'm pretty white. I'm about as white as they come. My husband's actually half Aboriginal. His mom's roots and beyond are Aboriginal.
Amanda.
Yes.
Put a hold on it a minute. Miss the message. Listen, that's why I write things down, because sometimes people miss the message. You have a warrior guide, a First Nation guide. Usually it's sometimes the medicine woman, but she is not a medicine woman. She is from the clan of the White Buffalo, she tells me. Wow.
White Buffalo. That's a pretty strong clan.
That's what she tells me. And she tells me...
I gotta write this down.
And she tells me that she is a guide that's coming in. She's coming in and she is dressed. She is not wearing war paint. She's saying, stop wearing the war paint. It's not a war anymore. There are no wars anymore. We sit and we talk peacefully and we smoke the peace pipe. We are warriors of our own nation. So you are a warrior of the clan of the White Buffalo, the feminine energy of the White Buffalo. Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
She wants... No wonder you called back.
That's kind of cool.
She wants you to understand that. It's not your birthright. It's not about your birthright. But she's also acknowledging your birthright as a warrior. That's what you came in to do. This is what you came in to do. It's about helping the nations of women. It's nations of women. It's not one nation, but it's many nations. It's one nation under God is what she says.
Wow. Because I don't know if you saw my comment on Facebook, but when I met my mother-in-law a year and a half ago, after I had met with her, I was standing on a train platform to go home, and I was waiting for the train to come. Oh, are you there?
No, it's just somebody who just came on. The 306 area code, just shh for a little bit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So
go ahead,
I
Amanda.
was standing on the train. I was standing on the train platform, and I could hear drummers. And it was there was no drumming around. There was no way there was any drummers around. Drums, the native drumming has always hit me quite hard. I get very emotional when I hear native drumming. But it was so strange because I heard drummers, and it actually felt like male voices were asking me to come to them. I couldn't hear come to us, but that's the feeling that I actually got. And the other thing is, and I'm wondering if this is something, if you can pick up on this or not, horribly, a lot of Indigenous women have gone murdered and missing. Thousands. And unfortunately, my husband's aunt was one of them. She's been missing. We know she's been murdered in our guts, but she's been missing for many, many years. And I don't want to say her name in case her name comes to you, but I've had visions of her glasses being on the ground. I never actually saw a photo of her, and then my husband showed me a photo of her, and it's the exact glasses that I keep seeing, but I'm not feeling like I'm being told anything, but I constantly see glasses on the ground. And I'm wondering if you can pick up on anything, because I'm not sure what that message is supposed to be for me.
I said this to you earlier. I'm not going to go into that realm right now.
Okay.
Okay. I said that before, and I'm stating it. My guides are telling me not to go into that realm right now.
Okay. And that's something that you should definitely listen to.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else I should know?
I think Spirit has been very kind to you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have work to do. I thank you for calling back.
Thank you so much.
That is so amazing that she.
That is beyond amazing. That is. I'm kind of I'm very cool. That's like a huge gift. That is a humongous gift to have to have her.
Amanda, let her work with you. Get out of the way. Get yourself out of the way. Get that self-will. Get that self out of the way so that she can come in and work with you and guide you and pay attention to the signs.
What do you mean? Get like what you just said? Can you put that in kind of layman's terms for me?
Out of the way.
Get your ego out of the way. Get your front brain. Communicate with her in meditation.
Not very good with meditating. I have ADHD, so it's really hard for me to meditate. But I will smudge and pray.
All the more reason to meditate. Prayer and meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda, keep in touch.
I will.
I'll friend you on Facebook. I've got a meditation I want you to try. And I want to... there's something that came up that I picked up when you were talking. So...
Okay.
And because...
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll do lunch. We'll get our hair done. Okay, maybe not my hair.
That's awesome.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Lots of things.
Thank you again, Mary, and I will be getting in touch with you. Thank you so, so much.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
Thanks, Amanda. Bye-bye. Oh, look at that. It's 22 minutes to the end, and we're going to get through this. We've got two callers stacked up here. We got Dommy next. Dom, go ahead.
Oh, hi.
Dom,
Can you...
How do you spell Dominic?
Dominique. D-O-M-I-N. Yeah, I-Q-U-E.
And
Dominique. Hi, Dominique. How are you this evening?
Hi. Oh, Mary Ellen, I just want to thank you so much for the beautiful messages you're giving everyone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What'd you have for breakfast?
I had some green tea, just the Japanese matcha variety, and I had a German salami sandwich on sourdough.
Oh, beautiful. And where do you live?
I live, I live in British Columbia.
Who lives in Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan. I was there for work about 20-something years ago.
Saskatchewan. Yeah, what happened in Saskatchewan when you were there? Did you really like it?
I loved it. I was there for 6 months.
Beautiful. I can see that. There's something nestled in the mountains. Is that in the mountains, or is that on the edge of the mountains, foothills?
It's actually the flatlands. It's flat. It's the prairies. It's the heart of the prairies, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The desert. It's like desert land.
It's like a bunch of wheat fields and you could see your dog run away to the next province. That's how flat it is.
Wow. Wow. Well, there was something there that you had familiarity with. You felt familiar with. It felt comfortable to you. You couldn't put your finger on it, but I need to tell you this. I haven't done a past life with anybody tonight, but I feel like I want to do a little past life with you.
Yes.
That is a place that you lived at one time in a past life, back around the early 18th century, 19th century is what I feel like I want to say. 19th century, somewhere around 1900, 1899 is what I'm getting. Somewhere around 1899. You lived in that area. You're very hard work. I'll tell you the reason why you live the way you do today. I'm seeing, as I go back into a past life with you, that you were a very hard worker. You toiled the soil. And I'm seeing you wipe the brow. Wipe the brow, the sweat of your brow. I feel like that. I keep wiping that off. You're a very hard worker. You work very hard. You earn a day's pay. You believe in earning a day's pay. Hard earned. Hard earned is what I'm hearing. And back in the 1899, you were always cultivating, and that's something that you like to do even today. That's something that you like to cultivate your life. Mm-hmm. You're always cultivating something new. You're always plowing into new territory, so to speak, and you really enjoy that. There's something about doing that gives you great reward. You have great rewards. There's a reward factor for you. That's what motivates you, is the reward factors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And though you had hard living in that past life. A penny made was a penny spent. And so you're very careful with your money in this lifetime. Yeah. You're very, very careful with your money. It's not that you don't spend it, but you're just very careful how you spend it. And you look at everything and say, I'll buy that. So you're very careful how you spend your money, but you know when to spend it. And so you have spiritual value for your finances. Mm-hmm. And that you understand that money is energy. Mm-hmm. And you get that energy. You understand that money is energy to you. So you know when you've got losses and you know when you've got gains.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I feel like I want to go back a few years with you. I want to go back a few years where you had some losses.
Yeah.
Not only did you have some financial losses, you had some people that crossed over into spirit, and some of them, sad to say, just moved on, so to speak. They just moved on, and some of them you miss, and some of them you don't miss. And it was time for them to move on. You know what they say? Some people are just there for a season, and they're there for a reason, and then it's time for them to move on. So don't dwell on that. Just say, thank you, they were there for lessons for me, and now I've got new people coming into my life. You're married? Are you married?
No, I've separated. Actually, I'm getting divorced.
You're still married?
Yes, I am. But I'm signing. I am still married. Yeah.
Dominique, I need to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
This man is in your life for a reason. I feel that this separation is to give you both time to think about what you truly want in this marriage.
Wow.
Because you've been together for a long time. But this marriage is not over, and I need to tell you that.
Oh, okay.
You know, for some people, I would say good riddance, but not in this case. You both are very valuable to each other. You just have problems with your measuring. Your measuring mechanism is off balance. Okay. You don't know what you're supposed to be measuring up to. And I wouldn't be worried about what you're measuring up to and what you're not doing and what he's not doing. And it's about the two of you coming to a crossroads, and that's where you are. You're at a crossroads in this marriage, and love that you had at one time, love is ever changing in relationships. It's ever changing.
Okay.
I just don't get that this marriage is over.
Well, the reason, can I tell you, Mary Ellen, the reason why I separated from my husband is because he's an alcoholic. It's not because I wanted to. It's because he has an addiction.
Have you ever heard of Al-Anon?
I went to Al-Anon, and he was dry for about not quite a year. And then he drank. He's quite a very hard drinker.
Yep.
And binging. He's a binge drinker. And I just can't tolerate
you put him on the sidewalk to ask him what's important in his life.
Well, I did try to go back to him, and I did try to make things work. It's just when he returned to the drinking, and I mean, it's heavy drinking, like.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do. I truly, I've been down that road.
Oh, okay.
I've been down that road. I had 3 alcoholic addicts in my life.
Okay.
I married 2.
Oh, okay.
I lived with 1. I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But this is what I'm going to ask you to do, is to go to Al-Anon for a year.
Okay.
And then in a year, then I would like for you to make that decision, and not before. And that's what I'm hearing your guide say.
Okay.
Is your father in spirit?
Yes, he is.
Thank you. Because I had a man come in close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Was he tall, or was he tall in your eyes?
Well, yes. He was actually very. Both my parents are very small. My mom's not even 5 feet. My father was 5'3", but I didn't know he was that small, because it's true. When I was little, he looked 10 feet tall to me.
He did. And he's still like that.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing him as a tall man that you looked up to. There is somebody you looked up to.
Mm-hmm. Very much so, yeah.
And your dad is stepping in, and your dad has got his hand on your shoulder, and all he keeps saying is, "Be well, my child. Be well, my child."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this separation, keep this separation for a year. I'm asking you to go to Al-Anon. In that year, then it will be time for you to make another decision about this marriage.
Okay.
And I understand about the disease.
Okay.
I truly do. I know how that disease works. I understand it completely. Mm-hmm. I really do. Or I should say I don't, because it's cunning and baffling.
Yes.
And you never know when it's going to rear its ugly head at you. I understand that, Dominique. I truly do.
Okay.
But this program is about you. It's not about him, and it's not about getting him sober. His sobriety is none of your business.
That's right. That's
it's
right.
Your sobriety, because you have the disease as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've lived with it.
Yeah.
So you become just as sick as they do without realizing it.
Yep. Yeah. That's true.
Wow.
I'm going to pray for you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dominique.
so much. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you.
And I know he didn't tell you he loved you, so I'm going to tell you I love you.
Oh, and I love you too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tommy.
You're welcome, honey. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, you're hitting people right between the eyes with the 2x4 tonight, Mary Ellen. Let's go to a caller. We have a 360 area code. Go ahead for Mary Ellen Rodrigues.
Hello, Mary Ellen. My name is Joyce.
Hi, Joyce. Joyce, do you have a headache?
No, but I traveled a lot today. I'm kind of like that jet laggy feeling.
I know. I'm getting a headache. When you were coming on, I was beginning to feel a headache, something in the back of my head, like my eyes are weary. My eyes are like...
My eyes are weary, yeah.
Your eyes are weary. I can feel it. I don't even have to ask you what you had for breakfast. I'm not going to even ask you what you did because I can just feel my whole body coming down. You've got some transitions coming up. This is what I want to tell you. You had some transition in the month of September that happened to you. I want to tell you that those transitions are not over yet. I've got December and January, and that's what Spirit is telling me.
Okay.
There's those, and that's the word I'm using is transitions. And are you moving? Are you thinking of moving? Is there something? I'm seeing boxes. I'm seeing something packed up, like I'm packing up something.
Yes, that's right on. My daughter has, with her 2 children, have come here while they're in transition. So, yeah, we've got a lot of boxes, yeah.
I see the boxes. There's a lot of them. You have a lot of them. And I see a lot of spirit guides going on around you. I see at least 12 spirit guides. So that tells me, what?
I knew that.
Yeah,
I sensed that. I don't know, but I sensed that. You've confirmed
they are. They're around you. They're going to be around you, all of them. There's a lot of them. They're with you for the next year because there's 12. So there's 12, and there's a council of 12 as well that they're coming in to work with you and to help you. But all this transition is not over. There's more transitions coming. So what did I say? January, December?
December,
here in January, February, March, April. There's a big transition that'll be coming in April and May, between April and May. I hope you're writing this down.
Yes,
between April and May. You're going to think, oh, my God, I'm going to go crazy with this. And Spirit says no, because the dust needed to be stirred up anyway. This is like a tornado going on. This is like this whirlwind that's going on. And things are not going to settle down until right around June or July for this family. But it's actually a good thing because once the dust settles, all of you will be able to see much more clearly. And you'll be grateful for that. So you can get through this storm, this dust storm, so to speak. It's like a spiritual storm that you're going through. But it is not spiritual warfare, and I need to tell you that. It's a spiritual storm. That's all this is. It's a spiritual storm. It's not an earth storm. It's not a low life. It's not an evil storm. It's nothing like that. It's a spiritual storm. And it's something that needed to happen to begin with. It was long overdue. This was very long overdue. Very much so.
That is so
you're going to be fine.
Thank you.
You're going to be fine, Joyce. You can do this. All of you can do this.
Okay.
Because you're a family unit. You're a family.
Yeah.
And you hold tight to one another, and you can do this because you're strong.
Thank you.
You have faith, you have hope, and you have love.
I thought I've lost a lot of those.
No. This is going to renew it. This spiritual storm is renewing it. It's showing you that you have it, that you never lost it.
Okay.
It's just giving it. It's stirring it back up inside of you so that you can see it's still there. You never lost it. You just moved away from it. That's all you did.
Thank you.
Time to move back into it.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I'm really sorry. I get so brain dead when I'm on the spot. But I appreciate all that you said, Mary Ellen. it made a lot of sense to me. And I'll share this. Yeah, I will share this. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you, and I love you.
I thank you, and I love you too, Joyce. God bless.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you very much, Joyce.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, anytime.
Oh, listen, it's a pleasure to serve Spirit. You have no idea.
I am learning a lot about this, and it's kind of new to me. And I feel like I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are willing to share what they can to help me. So I feel so blessed.
You have a light to share. Don't let anybody take that. Don't dim the light. Your light got dim, that's all. Your emotional light got dim.
Well, I'll be working on that. Thank you.
Oh, very cool.
Don't go numb.
Complacent is the word that keeps coming to my mind, and it's almost like a dagger. That's
why you need the storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to get your fight back. It's about getting your fight back. You have all your elements. They're not dead. They're there. You just moved away from them. It's time to move back.
Okay. I'm ready. It's been a long struggle. It's been a long struggle.
All right. I'm going to light a fire under your ass. Can I say that?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
No, I'm afraid you can't. Oh, too late.
All right.
That's cool.
Do you beat words out?
No, for goodness sakes, we're live.
Okay. Oh, okay, good.
It's a podcast. What could happen? Okay. Thanks, Joyce.
Good night.
You have a good weekend.
Thanks,
What's
Joyce.
left of
Good
it?
Night.
You too. Thanks, Mary Ellen.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
You know, Mary Ellen, we are going to have to get you back on a day that I know we got people wanting to hear about the Malaysian Flight.
God, and I know.
John of God. The
Neil McDougall case, they reopened that up in Hanoverton. That's up by Owen Sound. They've got this. I was talking to Mary Ellen McDougall.
Yep.
The wife, and she said there's an investigator on that now that he's got the dog's tail, and he's not letting go until the 3 people involved, there's 4 people now involved with this, come to justice.
Oh, excellent.
After 32 years, they're going to bring it to justice, and as it should be. You know, there was like 52 cigarette butts that the Mount Forest Police Department just displaced. Nobody knows what happened to it. Got thrown out, got
thrown into an ashtray.
Yep. Mary Ellen had that evidence for a couple of weeks, and then they showed up and asked her for it. And it's never been seen again. And when we got the case reopened about 6-7 years ago, that's where the first place we headed was Mount Forest Police Department. And I sat there in that office, and we asked where that evidence was, and they clueless. No idea. And then we had another, the great OPP go to Mount Forest looking for that evidence. And again, they were stonewalled.
Interesting.
Nobody has an answer. And one of the lead investigators at that time, he was still alive, and he's the one that showed up looking, that took those cigarette butts. He had no answer.
Yeah. Interesting.
Very.
Yeah.
So now, I got a phone call from a woman, I guess that it's been in the newspaper, and I don't know if my name was mentioned in the newspaper as being, an investigator, and she called me and said that her father was involved with that.
Oh.
when she was a child, the father showed up the next day, and her sister went out, and the father took a shovel from the back of the truck, and it had blood all over it. And the father got angry because he told the sister, the younger sister, stay in the house. And she went running out, and his comment was that the same fate would happen to her. She'd wind up in a body bag and buried.
Oh. That's what I would call as an investigator a clue.
Yep.
That's too bad. I know we're coming up the hour, but is there anybody coming through for me before we go?
Your dad.
Oh, he's always around. Yes.
Your dad is, I don't know, is this true? Your dad said you sit in that chair too much.
Yes, it's true. I was here all afternoon plunking away in the computer.
You're sitting in the chair too much.
Yeah.
You need to get up and you need to start moving around, he said. That's the only thing that's going to clear your head.
Yep.
You've got too many thoughts, and he's showing me a lot of thoughts circling around your head, like you're bringing in a lot of information, James. You really are. You're bringing in a lot of information. You need to start writing it down, and then you need to get up and move around and walk around.
Yep.
It looks like I'll tell you what it looks like to me. It's like an Einstein. You know how Einstein was? That he was brilliant. Einstein was always bringing in all that information, and Spirit was bringing all that into him. But even he took a break every now and then.
Well, if Einstein took a break, I think I will.
And that's what you need to do. You need to get up out of that chair and walk out of the building. You need to walk outside. You need to take a walk and clear your head, because there's too much there that it's sitting there. It's always going to be there. So your thought is that you're going to lose it. You're never going to lose that information. It's always there. It's like a thumbprint. It's like a blueprint. It's a blueprint for progress for you.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense with what's going on. Yeah. Oh, Mary Ellen, did I lose you? No. Mary Ellen, you there? Oh, it dropped. Just going to... Hey! My dad hung up on you.
What?
My dad must have hung up on you.
Yeah, who did that? I didn't hang up. I'm talking, and I'm like, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, I was listening, and then there you were gone. So
I was gone.
I know totally what you mean. I do have to get my ass out of the chair. I was building a website for like 6 hours today, try to add audio to it, and I just never got out. I've got to get, walking around the block, doing stuff, and putting pen to paper.
You need to get your head clear, because I just see everything. I see words, I see numbers, I see stuff circling around your head, James.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I don't know which direction to go in or where to go.
So you need to clear your head. That's the reason why.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I know why Spirit wanted us to do this. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no kidding. Look at all the people you touched.
I really love doing this.
This is great. No, this is great, and it's way past...
I'm glad you like it. I do. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, it's fantastic. And tomorrow night, for our listener out there,
You've done this before, right?
Yeah, because every second Sunday, we have a thing called Two Mediums and a Large. And tomorrow night, we have two psychics come on, and people phone in and they get readings. But your communication is different. It's different in a good way. It's this little psychic message, this little intuitive message or spiritual message you're giving is incredible, because in Two Mediums and a Large, someone comes in and says, okay, I owe X amount of money to so-and-so, what's going to happen? So there's we have a spirit come through, and then there's that whole confirming this spirit is somebody in your family, then the message comes out. And but yours was spirit is passing this on. Spirit is, and instead of a spirit, well, it is the same thing. It's a guide, passing it on. My dad shows up a lot. He showed up here and grabbed my collar once and pulled me back in the chair because I was toying with the idea of using a Ouija board, and I wasn't ready for that. And he literally, as I was thinking about it, he grabbed me and pulled me back, and I just about pooped myself. But it is different. I really enjoyed what you're doing on this. And I really need you to come back, Mary Ellen, because I really, and I know my listener wants to know, and just for a teaser, Mary Ellen was talking to me once about had a group, one of her groups over, and when they stopped for a tea, you had a bunch of very wet people walk up to you. And really quickly...
There were 4 of them, yeah.
Yeah, tell me what when you say a transport medium, what is that?
They're people that take people to the light because they don't know what to do.
Yeah, and you had
when John Denver died, I was at meditation. It was a Monday night, and John Denver had died on Friday night in a fiery helicopter crash.
Or plane crash,
I was saddened by that, and I was we were in meditation. There was, I think, 4 of us that, 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 of us there that night, and I made the comment to someone. I said, we have company, and they said, who is it? I said, John Denver, and he's got the dragon with him. And I didn't understand what that meant, but there was a woman there that did understand that. I said, she said, well, what's he want? And I said, he doesn't know what to do. And she said, take him to the light. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, but what about the dragon? I don't understand the dragon. And she said the dragon indicates addictions, that he had, he must have had some drugs in him, she said, not just alcohol. And I said, oh. And later on, that was confirmed that he had, I think, cocaine or something in his system besides alcohol.
Right.
So I took him to the light.
And this is what...
with Daryl, I took Daryl to the light. Daryl didn't want to go. Daryl Kart, he didn't want to go because his thought was the same thing like when he saw the movie Ghost. Oh, if I go, I'm not going to be able to come back. And I have to come back. I don't want to go. And he did not want to go. Oh, my gosh. What a struggle to get that man to go to the light. And then finally he did. And then he was able to come back. And he still comes back as a guide to me. He still is a guide for me, especially when I go over to Canada. I cross that bridge, and I had a man say to me, he said, I see you have your black man with you. And I said, what? He said, I see you have your black man with you. And I went, oh, my gosh, Daryl. So Daryl still travels. I know. He still travels with me. So, like the Shanksville flight, in 9/11, they showed up in my living room. And it was 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to take that flight. They just walked in and up we went. And all I know is it's known as being a transport medium when you take them to the light because they don't know what to do. I don't know. Somebody said they see a light from the other side. It's something they're drawn to. I don't understand it. I have to tell you, I don't understand it. It's just part of the gift. It's a gift. And it's nothing, I don't think it's anything, I don't do anything. I'm just used as a vessel for them to go to the light. That's all I know.
Wow.
And I see them. I see the faces. I see them.
Okay. Now, when you had because I have a number of people, I have Mario, would like to know the MH370, the Malaysian flight.
Right. We took the whole plane.
Yeah, all the passengers.
The pilot and co-pilot were last to step up, and they asked if everybody had already left. They refused to leave until they knew everybody on the flight had left.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And that was incredible. That was truly, I felt honored when that pilot and co-pilot stepped up. I felt honored that they would stand there and ask that everybody had left before them. I mean, they were honorable. I wish that I could tell their families what honorable men they were. Because I know I heard at one time where the news were trying to investigate. There was, numerous investigations with the co-pilot and the pilot, and, thinking that, they weren't on the up and up about anything. And I want their families to know that they truly were honorable men. They were very honorable.
Yeah, you can hear it in your voice.
It brings tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Because it touches my heart.
Yeah, in our conversation about this before, the flight crew actually showed you the altimeter, and they had told you that they asked one of the passengers who's an engineer to come and try to fix this issue. It sounds like they had no control over the aircraft, and they just rode it until it ran out of gas.
Exactly.
And this is the...
Well, that's not the only thing. There was a flap underneath the plane. There was something underneath. There was something underneath the plane that looked like their direction was off. It was on automatic pilot. By the time they realized that something was wrong, they took it off automatic pilot, but they weren't, they don't really know what happened, because I asked them what happened. And they looked at one another and they shrugged like they didn't know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
But those bodies were intact in that plane. When that plane went down, those bodies were still intact.
Yeah, it didn't completely break up. The wings a bit, but
No.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's really interesting, listener, is Mary Ellen sees it on something called the Rodrigues Shelf.
Yes, isn't that something? I think that's the reason why they came to me.
Because of the name.
That's the only thing I could figure out why they came to me.
And when I did some research into this, I did some research in this. The Rodrigues Shelf is a coral shelf around Rodrigues Island in the Indian Ocean. And Mary Ellen did not know this, but a piece of the plane washed up, and it was the very first piece of that flight. They confirmed from that aircraft it's 150 miles from Rodrigues Island in the Indian Ocean.
Really?
Yep.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I sent you a picture of that island group, and you said, yeah, that's the island, but I didn't put names on it. And it was Rodrigues Island from Google Earth that I sent you that I emailed that photo from.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever answered. I
no, you didn't, because I was going to go to the Malaysian consulate. What I was thinking of doing...
right. We had talked about that.
Yeah. What I was thinking of doing is if you could use a pendulum over top of that island and see if
I don't need to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the other thing for listener, if you've got a ghost in your house...
I don't need to do that. I just go look.
Yeah, just look at it.
I can just go look where I'm sitting. I can go look.
I know. You and your fancy... You're traveling through your spirit brain to other parts of the universe. I know. Oh, my gosh.
I know. Well, I buy locate, too.
Oh, my gosh.
I've been known to buy locate.
Yeah, you can't get too good at this. You're going to end up getting called home. It's like, I'm afraid you're way too good at this stuff, and you're giving too many tips away to the humans.
Okay.
Yeah, if we could.
Okay.
Yeah, we could locate it, and because I know that was something we were working on, and I was going to say to my listener, if you've got a property that has some issues spiritually, Mary Ellen can actually clean it from where she's sitting right now. That's incredibly interesting. Like we have I do paranormal investigations at a residential school in British Columbia. That is just a piece of spiritual, it's a nightmare. A lot of children trapped there by the deviant priest, and just goes on and on and on. Well, Mary Ellen could actually push them all out from where she is across the continent.
Tell them to leave. You say prayers and unlock the door and tell them to leave. Their spirits are trapped.
Well, they're also being held back by the priest, who the children and a good nun who's staying back with them.
Rituals. That's because of the pagan rituals, James.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the priest says if you try to cross over, I'll tell God what you did. So
that's not a truth, though. That's a lie. And
that's what the priest who hasn't crossed over is saying to the children, so they're not wanting to leave. The children told me blackmail, which is irritating.
Emotional blackmail, though.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
It's emotional blackmail, and that's not a truth. The priest is not a truth.
No. No, it's not. He's an irritating little weasel. Anyway, don't get me started on him.
Salt at him.
Oh, I'd like to throw a few more things at that.
And holy water, it'll dissipate him.
Yeah, we have, in Canada, the French have a term for him, and it's the French word for shower, which is douche. He's a douche.
But he's got an evil with him. He's got a spirit. He's got a spirit with him, and he knows not what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a controlled spirit with him.
Yeah. It's almost, I think I've heard that voice telling him to not listen, and the priest thinks it's another spirit being, like another human that's crossed, and we're pretty sure it's not. And it's telling the priest, oh, you can't cross. You're going to burn in hell. You cannot cross. You will burn in hell. And we're trying to tell the priest, no, cross. You did really bad things, but you're going to have to go to school for a little bit longer than everyone else.
Right.
And you're going to have to answer for it, but don't listen to the other thing.
The spirit that was with him is a walk-in.
A walk-in? What's a walk-in?
It's a walk-in. This is what I know. It's a spirit that they're spirits. There are spirits that lived on the earth plane that have crossed over. They're now out there looking for the ruination of souls.
Okay.
It's a walk-in. He's got a walk-in.
Okay, so yeah, and with that walk-in dealing with the priest, and the priest then controlling a number of children.
He needs an exorcism. He needs prayers.
Mm-hmm.
If you start praying for him, it'll dispel it. It'll
Very
weaken.
cool. Very good.
It'll weaken him.
We have to get him out of there, because once he's out, the children will be released. And there is a First Nations gentleman, an older man, and a good nun who haven't crossed because they want to stay, and they perceive they're protecting the children. And there's a real cranky nun too. She hasn't crossed, but she's not. She had some issues in her.
Why? I don't understand why this is a reservation.
No. Oh, yes, it is. It would be. But these schools.
I'm picking up a reservation.
Say that again. Sorry.
I'm picking up the reservation. There's a reservation like this.
There's many of them like this. These schools were all over Canada. They were run by the church to teach the Indian out of the Indian. Kids were beaten if they spoke their native languages.
Oh my God, I know. I read
they were
about this.
Taken away from their families.
I read about this in Reader's Digest a long time ago.
Yeah. It was.
That's the reason why there's alcoholism is like 98% in your First Nation people.
It's also where the generation that's grown up in the last, 40 years, they're having issues, or let's say the 50, someone whose parents may have been in a residential school, when they have children, they don't know how to, they're kind of a little bit shy on.
Tools.
Yeah, they don't have parenting tools.
They've lost the ability. The ability has been taken away from them for making good decision and their reason to reason things out. They've never been taught. They've been emotionally, like they've been shot. Their spirit has been shot.
Yeah. There was a car pulled over.
Exactly what's happened. Their spirit has been shot, and that's what I'm hearing. So they're emotionally dead.
Yeah, and their children
mentally brainwashed.
It's sad.
Their spirit is there. Their spirit is there, and the Holy Mother and the good spirits from the other side will raise that spirit on the other side until they are ready to accept it back in. But they have to get away from that.
Yeah, they have to. It's a very, very active location. That priest killed at least 2 children in there. And that
really?
And this is just from like the 60s up till 1985. That church went back to the that school goes back to the 1800s, where hundreds of children were, I shouldn't say hundreds, possibly hundreds, were killed. And they're mass graves. The foundation that original school was on is just a foundation now, because it suffered from fires and
needs an exorcism. That foundation needs to be an exorcism, because they went ahead and built something else on the foundation. So the evil is still there.
Oh, no. The original foundation, it's off about 3 miles away or 2 miles away. The new school was on new land. There is a lady who walks through the gym. She's a white lady, a settler. So she's from the land before the school was built. The school was originally built in, let's say 1960 and closed in 85. It's still, the band offices, or what you would call the tribe offices are in the front of the building, which was the admin for the school. And there's a daycare there and a gymnasium, and the rest is all vacant and as active can be. But that foundation on the original school, I won't even go near it. It's bad juju. That place needs some work.
Wow.
Victoria, was that you?
Time for me to go to bed.
Okay. Go to bed? We might as well stay up now. The sun's coming up where you are.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It's 3:30, and I've got, I'm doing high watch meditation at church tomorrow for an hour, so.
Okay. Make sure there's someone beside you to poke you and keep you awake.
Yeah, they will. You know what happens? The nuns, I hear the clacking when they wake me up in the morning when I'm supposed to go somewhere. The nuns in spirit clack the wood together and wake me up.
That's funny. that is
something?
funny. All right, Melian, I want to, and everybody else for calling in. And again, please go to our website, MaryEllenRodrigues.com. If you want a reading, we'll see. And Victoria, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you say juju after I said it? Because it scared me. I either got an EVP.
I did.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay, Christopher. Good night, man. And everybody.
Everybody's still there. Thank you all for calling in. God bless you.
Good night, sir.
All of you. And you know what, my man? I didn't know you were all still there because I was just sitting here thinking I need to close with prayer because I opened with prayer, and then let's close everybody up with prayer. Dear Mother, Father God, we give thanks and blessing for all the beautiful messages and that were given tonight. We thank all the spirit guides. We thank all their family members. And we thank the master guides and the beings of light that have come to bring love. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
Okay,
Love you.
Thank you.
And we'll be in touch because I'm going to drag you kicking and screaming back on here to talk more about the Malaysian flight and some of your cool investigations.
And John of God.
And John of God.
I'm getting ready to go back next year. So
Perfect.
Let's, anybody wants to go, I'm a Casa guide, wants to go to John of God, please let me know.
Yeah.
And that's on my website too. I charge $1,600 US, doesn't include airfare, but it does include 13 days, 3 meals a day, cab fare to and from the airport, and 2 consultations, and I bring you to John of God, and I'm like a mother hen, but I only take 5 people.
5
at a time.
Well, $1,600.
Because I cannot. I want to be able to better serve the clients that go with me, and so that's all I take is 5 at a time.
Okay.
But we're there for 13 days, and the hotel is right down from the Casa, and 3 meals a day, and it's the best hotel because the man is from Greece, and the food is absolutely wonderful.
Oh.
And you don't share a room, you have your own room.
Okay. I'll go.
Okay?
But hold on, $1,600 US is what, 12,000 Canadian dollars? Pesos? Okay, but I got a year to save up. Okay.
No, the difference is 25 cents on the dollar right now.
Yes, dear. Okay. Go to sleep.
Listen, I stay up on that, James.
Yes. Okay. Have a wonderful night. Have a good weekend.
Thank
Stay
you.
awake in church
Okay,
tomorrow.
God bless you. I love you all.
Everyone's saying they love you too in the chat rooms.
Okay,
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Thank you. Good night.
Tune in tomorrow, everybody. I'm going to grab Mary Ellen and bring her back, but tune in tomorrow. If you want a reading by 2 mediums and a large, Joanna's not going to be in. Paisley's going to be here, and she's bringing a friend. And remember, everybody, please keep an open mind.
This is our last goodbye.
That's it. Let's roll. And hey! Let's be careful out there.
Far over the snow, what are those voices? They sing and they go. What are those voices? Look up for the mountain. Here come the mountain. Because somebody hide, somebody better hide on through the hill, like a pack of angry wolves on the trail. We are after you, dead or alive. We are out to get you, dead or alive. And forget yourself. If you're the one, better run away. Son, you are done. Throw your gun away. Here come the Mounties to get the man that are now. On through the hill, like a pack of angry wolves on the trail. Dead or alive, we are out to get you, dead or alive. If you're the one, better run away. Son, you are done. Throw your gun away. Here come the Mounties to get the man they're after. No!
I see dead people.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Dave's not here!
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.